live on the Bricks by Mind YouTube channel for the Brick Pit podcast. We're getting smart today.
Hashtag Z.
Can we get some hashtag Z's in the chat, guys? I heard there was some hashtag Z's in the chat already.
Are we live?
We are live.
Oh, we
should
are
be.
live. Awesome. We are live.
Hello, everyone. Cyrusborg Smart Brick, but no Cyrusborg. This is perhaps going to be the smartest episode of the podcast yet, because this week's episode is all about the Smart Brick, because we've had some rumors about Smart Bricks potentially coming to Ninjago next year, which is something to talk about, certainly. We also, the Smart Pokemon sets came out this week, so we want to talk about those. I just put out an hour-long video about those today, and I'm pretty happy with that video, actually, so check that out after the stream if you'd like to see it.
I'm actually very excited to finish watching that video. I started watching it. I was very curious to hear your thoughts, and I also literally just last night finished building all of the Smart Pokemon sets, and actually kind of like them. So I was really curious to hear what you thought. So yeah. However, it doesn't mean that we want Smart Play Ninjago, which of course now Bricks by Mind has cursed us with.
Yes. Well, no, it's not my fault. It's not, dude. But the video that went up today, I filmed 2 days ago, and like 12 hours after I filmed it, we got like the rumors that Smart Ninjago was happening, which is really funny because I end that video by saying, guys, just because I like these does not mean I want Smart Ninjago. Stay away from Ninjago, Lego. Do not touch it. And then before the video comes out, what do you want me to say? Listen, I mean, I have talked about the concept of Smart Ninjago because in my mind, it's not an if, it's a when with Smart Ninjago. Like, I would love if it didn't happen, but I had a very strong feeling it was going to happen. And sorry, I'm messing around with my settings. Yeah, I had a very strong feeling it was going to happen, and wow, turns out it's probably happening. Where's my Speedor?
Where is my Speed? Oh, your Speedor is coming very soon, it seems. But yeah, I was always in the camp of there's no way that Ninjago was going to get infected by Smart Bricks. I think that I was a little bit maybe too optimistic there.
Yeah, I think that sounds like Cope with Peace and Love. That's Cope.
I might have been coping. I might have been coping a little bit because I was like, there's no way. Like, Lego wouldn't do that to my beloved Ninjago. But alas, we have to be fully prepared for the possibility that Lord Raz's master is a smart.
They would never do that because the Smart Brick can't be evil. It only has the power to do good.
That's why when like he's raised up in the air and his master communicates with him, we just hear like because it's actually it's just and only Lord Raz can understand what they're saying.
I am more so. I guess we could get into it now. We had those rumors a couple weeks ago that we discussed, 2 weeks ago that we discussed on the podcast of like a list of set names that in that episode we weren't sure if they were real, but now we're pretty sure they are because turns out it was the rumors that had Evil Cole versus Evil Cole, and we know for sure the Evil Ninja are happening. So yeah, that list is real, and there's a Destiny's bounty on that list, and I think it's weirdly early for a bounty. So now I'm very convinced that's the Smart bounty. Like, think about it. If they're going to do Smart Ninjago, like, a bounty makes sense.
Yeah, that is the one to do it for. Because initially I think I texted you this, but my theory was that it was for Duskfall. And there's, like, in the Duskfall trailer, we see, like, some satellite thing with, like, helicarrier-style propeller blades on the side, and it's, like, on the monitor. And I thought that was going to be, like, a super high-tech bounty, but I think this one might be high-tech and a different.
I love the Smart Brick. Yeah, so Smart Bounty. So I guess to talk about Pokemon a little bit too, I put up my video today and I actually really like that theme, but I think the Smart Brick only really works for that and like similar IP. I think the Smart minifigure is inherently flawed, and anything that comes with minifigures is not going to be that fun. That's kind of my takeaway after spending time with the Pokemon, because I think what makes the Pokemon work in the Smart is number one, the battle system is like so much more complex, and they put something like that into the Ninjago sets maybe, but the biggest thing is the brick goes into the character. You play as the character, and Smart Bionicle.
I, that
And
is what you're describing.
yeah, yeah. True, true. We could get Smart Bionicle. Hey, this is how we bring it back, boys. This is how it finally comes back. I also think the reason why it works with Pokemon is because Pokemon is a video game, so they have so much to pull from. They have the type matchups and all that stuff to pull from, as opposed to like shoving it into a play theme that shoving it into a play theme where it wouldn't work otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. I think Pokemon is the one IP that, like, I'm like, okay, I can see the vision here with Smart Play. I think it kind of makes sense for what they're doing, both in terms of they're all creatures and all that. Listen, I did say Duckbrick said 4 weeks ago that if Smart Ninjago happens, we'll see a crash out, the likes of which we've never seen before. We're gonna have to see the sets first. We're gonna have to see the sets first. So,
oh,
let's see.
Is that? Oh, sorry. Donations look different here, but thank you for the donation. Sorry, I have to move my camera to the side so I can read it.
Did the donation thing work? Because I don't see it.
No, it did it. It did it. So I was looking into that before stream. It's still not working, but I'm gonna contact support after this stream because I don't think it's my. I went through all the troubleshooting steps and it did not work. So I think it's out of my control. I think. So I'm gonna contact support.
This cannot be that hard. There are so many streamers that do silly sounds.
Yeah, but most of them don't stream through Like, if we streamed through OBS or something, we would be fine. But the thing is, I don't have bandwidth for that, and I actually really like this because they stream on their bandwidth instead of mine.
Okay, well, Father would not want you to do that, Father. There, you get the soundbite.
Yeah. Well, the soundbite. It's okay. She's with us.
Oh, you got 2 sound bites. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, let's actually read this donation. In the beginning of the year, I went to LEGO 15-year Ninjago, and I've watched you guys' videos. I'm into all sorts of LEGO themes, lol. Yeah, I know Ninjago 15 got a lot of people back into it, and it's cool to see the community expand.
I agree. I'm excited for the 20th anniversary because I feel like that's going to be even crazier and even bigger. So,
if we make it that far, if the Smart Brick doesn't take out Ninjago.
The Smart Brick doesn't take it out. Smart.
My biggest thing with the potential Smart Ninjago is I won't be that mad about it if it's like 1 or 2 sets. But if it's an entire wave, which so far both Smart Play themes we've seen have been entire waves, that's when I'll get a little upset. Of like,
isn't the point of Smart Play like that you're supposed to have multiple sets to play together? I feel like it's
right.
Is going to be
right. Well, what I'm scared, and if it's next year too. Well, we saw 1 set for January. It's not that. So what I'm scared of is the final wave of Dragons Rising. The like second half year Dragon's Fury wave is all 6+ Smart Play sets.
Okay. If the final wave of Dragons Rising, Dragon's Fury final wave is all Smart Play sets, I will. There will be a generational crash out on my end. I think that will be.
Oh, me too. Me too. Listen, unless. I'll keep an open mind. Maybe they're going to find the perfect integration where it feels seamless, it doesn't affect the set at all, and it just enhances the experience. Because, to be fair, Star Wars was perhaps the worst look at the Smart Brick ever. Like, Pokemon showed to me, oh, it doesn't have to be that bad.
You do realize, though, that, like, it will also only be in 6 countries.
That, too! Right, that's crazy. That is also crazy. So I wanted to talk about that. So I heard from someone closer to it's a LEGO store employee. A LEGO store employee told me that they were told the reason why it's only in 6 countries is because of distribution issues with the parts that make up the Smart Brick.
Is LEGO getting cooked by the chip crisis?
I think so. I think so. Or at least that's what they heard. Now, what I assumed it was is LEGO was so burnt by video that they were too scared to, like, launch something like this worldwide initially. Yeah. So, if it is the chip crisis, that's very, very funny.
Well, I just find it funny because, like, launching an entire wave of Pokemon and not letting them release in Japan is really fun. Like that is well, actually
has any of the Pokemon sets released in Japan, even the display ones? I don't think they have.
Right?
I don't think so because Pokemon has deals with other building toys in Japan, so LEGO didn't release it there, I believe.
Oh, you know more about Pokemon than me. I wouldn't know. That is very funny.
Let's see.
I guess we can just find out.
Shop.lego.com, JA/JP. Oh, my goodness. How do I navigate the site? I can't read anything. Pokemon.
We have a competition. We were talking to Doc Wyatt, and we have a competition now because we're all the Lego boys. Not you this time, Sean, because you didn't want to come with us this time. But the other Lego guys are going to Japan, and Doc tasked us to find the most disgusting creature we can find and give it to him, and he's going to judge out of all the disgusting creatures we find for him in Japan, which one's the most disgusting. And he sent us a list of stores to find disgusting creatures at. I'm very excited.
That's very funny. I don't see these on the Japanese site. Let me JA/JP. Yep, yeah, the big Pokemon sets are not sold in Japan.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
which is really funny, but
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit I guess that's a little better that it's not then I don't know. No Smart Play Pokemon, none of the big sets. Okay, well, oh man, Smart Play. So yeah, that's the thing. But the thing is also, I think everyone is saying that. Actually, I don't think the bounty is Smart Play because it would have said Smart Play Destiny's Bounty. Because don't all the sets say Smart Play as part of the name?
But I don't know if they say that on the retailer leaks that we've gotten. Actually, yeah, I know we got the list of Pokemon set names. I mean, and maybe the leakers just don't report that part. But I guess they would have reported this
one. Charizard and Jolteon Ultimate Battle. It doesn't say Smart Play.
Yeah, yeah. It only says that on Lego.com.
I think one of the rumors did say that it was going to be June as well.
Yes, I did hear that.
That also really scares me because that implies it's going to be the summer wave of Ninjago. That really scares me.
Though, maybe this will be the inverse of this year's effect, where Legends and Legacy pushed everything down in age range. Maybe Smart Brick will push the other sets up in age range. So Dragon's Rising is going to be 10 plus, 12 plus, and those are actually going to be really good.
Honestly, let them cook if so. Smart Play might be forgiven if that's the case. Wouldn't that make a lot more imagine if they did. Okay, I don't think they're gonna do a Smart Play single set. I think it's gonna be a wave. But what if they did a wave of Smart Play where it was Ninjago Core is back and it's just Ninjago basics and it's they're not canon, and then all the Dragon's Fury sets are older audience. I think that could actually that could make the Smart Brick be redeemed.
I think listen. I don't have any. Well, I mean, I'll still critique it. Don't get me wrong. I will make a video sitting down going, "Wow, the Smart Brick is terrible," like I did for Star Wars. But I won't be personally upset if it doesn't take away from the main wave. But we just saw with Legends. Legends is awesome, but Legends just took away from the main wave. Legacy is awesome, but it took away from the main wave. And I've got a feeling this will probably do the same thing.
Wait, so you're telling me to defeat Roz, we need to come up with the biggest innovation since the Lego minifigure?
Okay, so I've been thinking. Another thing I've been thinking about with Smart Play. You and I called last night, and you pointed out to me that the Pokemon sets, the way they integrate the Smart Play doesn't feel that different than Stormbringer integrating Lego Boost back in 2018.
Yes.
And it kind of hit me that not the only issue, but part of the issue with Smart Play, I think, is also the way they've marketed it. Because
we were talking about this over the phone last night. Why were we doing that, man? We should have saved that for this.
I know. But I've actually been thinking about it a lot ever since. And I think it is very interesting because this isn't the first time you've had an add-on that gets integrated in. Because Mindstorms did it with Star Wars all the way back in the day. And you had Boost in not a bunch, but a couple of sets back in 2018. And that was always it's neat if you want to do it, but it's entirely optional. And I think if that's the way Smart Brick was treated, I think a lot more people would be positive on it. I think that argument doesn't work for those Star Wars sets because the Star Wars sets are pretty rough. They are clearly built around the Smart Brick, but I feel Pokemon doesn't feel that way. Pokemon feels hey, we got these stylized kids play sets, and if you want to make them more fun, here's the brick.
Well, that's what I like about Pokemon Smart Play is that there's there's 15 sets or something ridiculous, but literally only 2 of them actually have the Smart Brick, which allows the other ones to be I mean, while I wouldn't say the prices are good, they're at least like a bit more in the realm of reasonability.
Now
Because
listen, I'm Mr. Land member who didn't pay for them, but to me at least, I feel like not including the ones with the smart brick and not including the Gengar set, I feel like most of the other sets are pretty much in the realm of what Lego costs today. Like I think it's not anomalous like Star Wars was with the $40 land speeder. Like most of those sets, I feel like kind of feel like what a $20 set is today in any theme.
they also have a lot of like pretty crazy new prints, new molds, recolors.
Yes.
Like, I
Oh,
was
the
pretty
molds are crazy. If you guys haven't built a smart Pokemon yet, you're gonna see some weird pieces in those sets.
Yeah, I think like that's the cool thing about it in that like it genuinely feels like an expansion of the Lego system where
Hmm.
I feel like all of the pieces they introduced for Pokemon, they're like not specialized. They're all very useful. And I think that like that's pretty cool. Like I'm pretty happy about that because I feel like it gives you a lot more cool pieces to have.
Yeah. I also sorry, I got called up because someone said Thunderfang should have a smart brick, and I've been thinking about where could you put Thunderfang, where could you put a smart brick on Thunderfang. After the smart brick dies, can we get a stupid brick? That's a good idea. I think one of the biggest remaining issues though is just the fact that it's still $70 barrier to entry for half of the experience. Like that is still
Yeah.
so incredibly absurd. Like they need to sell these things on their own. And
I feel like by next year they
it's
might.
my only hesitation on saying that is Mario never did. Like Mario, what they dropped the starter courses to 50 when they re-released them.
Yeah,
Um, but like those were never made cheap, and
that's
these
true.
and this is already more expensive because you need two, not just one. Like you need two for the full experience. So I talk about it in my video. I think like perfect world they're like $10, but I know that's not going to
Yeah.
happen. I think either release them on their own for 20 or put them with like a basic Pokemon in a set for 30. Either of those I'd be happy with. But
I mean,
like
we looked up
70
last
being
night. They're
minimum.
selling for their smart bricks by themselves on Bricklink are going for like 40. So that's not great. $40.
I hope Source Dragon Ryu is smart.
No, I'm not joking. Like there's a non-zero chance that Lord Raz's master is gonna like there at this point there is a non-zero chance Lord Raz's master will be smart.
He's the smartest creature in all the lands. He wants to undo the merge because he's so
Bring back
smart.
Chima.
That's a really smart move, bringing back Chima.
That is a really smart move. It's such an awesome. I still think Bricks by Mind. Chat, can we make Bricks by Mind watch Legends of Chima on his channel? I think we really.
Man, we've watched it. You and I have watched it. We watched it at your place, and it was like, it was fine. It was bad.
It would be
really
very
bad.
Like, watch all of it to get the full Ninjago experience.
Listen, once I get donations working, that's when we watch Legends of Chima. I've had this idea for literally like 5 years at this point, but I'm not bothered to do it because I'd also need to get Lego to whitelist my channel for it. But I don't know. I think they'd probably say yes. But my idea is to do like do what other YouTubers like outside the Lego community do, a subathon where like we have a donation goal where it's like every dollar adds like a minute of Chima that I have to watch. Or I don't know what the dollar value would be, but like every membership or donation whatever adds a little bit of time, and as long as people want to pay to make me watch it, I just sit and watch it, and if it lasts 24 hours I have to sit and watch Chima for 24
You have
hours.
to get paid to watch.
I think that's really funny. And then like if I finish Chima and there's still donations, then I move on to Nexonites, and I finish Nexonites, we go to like Hidden Side or Lego Friends, and I just sit there watching all of the like you can make me watch season 2.5 of Dreams because I haven't watched past 2 part 1.
3 was not even that bad, man. I think
that's what I've heard.
Any of Legends of Chima.
Smart Reginald Slitherbottom. Now that's what I'm talking about.
That would be an awesome minifigure.
Smart Speedor for Z-Blob. Awesome.
Smart play.
Wait, that's not what I This is what I wanted to highlight. Umbra Silva was mentioned, and I feel like Umbra Silva is a very smart brick coded realm. Like, I feel like that's the realm where the smart brick comes from.
It might be. It might be. I'm still I like the realm lore is still like how why is Umbra Silva so realm?
I don't know. I actually really don't like that one. That makes I wish we had more locations and less realms. Like I really liked how like the administration's in the realm of madness, and those are like two distinct different locations, but in one realm.
Yeah.
But Umbra Silva feels like a town.
Right, like part of Mysterium would have made the most sense to me.
Yes, yeah.
The Lego Castle world, because like now we have two worlds that are the Lego Castle world. Except I guess one of them is more magic, and the other one is like Transylvania. Because you see like, the vampire castle style behind there, and
they wear the hats, and they have hats, and the joke is they wear hats. Oh, I guess part two.
For once, Bricks by Mind had a spoiler and not.
Sorry, spoilers for Dragon's Rising Season 4 Part 2. Umbra Silva's hats are mentioned. I know that's a big lore point for everyone. I apologize if I ruined the Umbra Silva's hat lore for everyone.
I cannot believe my mind just spoiled Dragon's Rising Season 4.
Smart coconut Gondolaria, true. When she turned into a coconut, she kind of was like a smart brick of that season.
They kind of carry her around and she reacts to things. Yeah. Close to things to like react to it.
Chima's some of the best world building. It has literally the worst dialogue of any show. That's what I've heard. Listen, from the episodes I've watched, yes, the dialogue's really bad, but also the plot seemed really bad. So it's just like, what? It's like if Hands of Time was an entire show, it's like what this could be is really cool, but what it is not good.
Chemo world building, I think, would be good if you just look at the sets and ignore the show. Because, like, in the show, everyone acts like toddlers. And, like, I ironically enjoy Chemo. But, like, just...
Well, the thing I got there was a lot of things that made me laugh, but one of the things I got the biggest kick out of is... In the show, all the vehicles are just like cars to drive from place to place. Like the Gators will roll up in these giant tanks, do nothing, just have a few lines of dialogue, and then just roll away. They just use it as a car to get from place to place. That's really funny.
I think that is very funny. I think that's a very cute thing. And that's just the cars they drive, man. It's like Cragger's Fire Striker is just his car. That is just his car. Like he just drives it around. And that's his car, you know? It's like he doesn't have to fight in it that much.
You know, that reminds me, actually, that would be a good podcast segment for weeks when there's not a lot of news, going through designers' brick lists and, like, looking into their insight. And we mentioned that because you should read the Cragger's Fire Striker brick list if you haven't yet. Anyone watching this, it's very, very good.
It's also, I think that it's only funny when you read the context of all the other sets right around that period. Because there's a build-up. So the Craggers, we may save this for another podcast because it's actually really funny, but there is a moment where, like, the designer of Cragger's Fire Striker, who's, like, a great legendary LEGO designer, every set, like, leading up to Cragger's Fire Striker is like, I had a lot of fun with this. This was super creative. I had fun. And then they start getting a little, like, more and more negative as we get to Cragger's Fire Striker. And then right at the Cragger's Fire Striker point, he was like, I didn't want to make this set. And then every description after that is like, I don't like this set very much, even though I did. And Crackers,
they all end with like, hope you had fun though.
Yeah, they all end with like, well, I hope at least some people had fun with it. And it's like it was literally Cragger's Fire Striker that was literally the set that broke him. Like every set before that, he was like, I had a lot of fun making this. And then after Cragger's Fire Striker, it was like, I don't think I like being a LEGO designer.
But if just think for the audience, if you guys have never looked at designers' brick lists on Bricklink, I highly recommend it because you do encounter funny stuff sometimes, but a lot of times it's just very insightful to hear about the design process, and a lot of designers do it, and it's very cool to hear like the challenges they face, because I experience this at like fan media days and stuff too when I get to talk to the designers, but like when stuff hits shelves, we only see the end product, we only see what ended up. You don't know the journey it took to get there, and I know they're not able to talk about everything, but they can talk about some of the stuff. That's why if you've ever read Lee's write-ups on Instagram, they're all very interesting because he provides a lot of insight about how hard he works to get some of the stuff in the sets. I don't know if I think Lee might be an exception with how hard he fights for certain things, which is very good. I'm glad Ninjago has someone like that. But regardless, it's very, very fascinating to hear the insight from the designers.
Yeah, Lee is like, I think maybe one of the best Lego designers in the company right now. Like, because I think the thing about Lee, and he talks about this on his Instagram post, where it's like he says like, yeah, like I had to fight for including this, or I had to fight for including this minifigure because the fans want it, or like printing on this minifigure, or this piece to be molded a certain
Well,
way. And I feel like he has such a passion for the Ninjago fandom, which really comes across when you read those like designer brick lists.
Well, the biggest one for me with like that shows I think his drive to make sure the product is something the fans will be happy with is the blacksmith shop, because in his
Yeah,
write-up he talks about how his like the first sketch model of it was like way over budget and it only had 3 minifigures, Kai, Nia, Wu. And that was before anniversary minifigures conceptualized, that was before he convinced them to put Ray and Maya in the set. And somehow he managed to keep this, and then they were like, it's too big, just make like half the thing.
yeah, and
So
keep
it's
it having give it an open back.
give it an open back, and he managed to keep the full build, of course modify things to for budget, but keep the full build to the point where like if you don't know that story, to me that set doesn't look like it compromised anything for budget. Like that thing looks phenomenal. Like and then three extra exclusive minifigures got placed into it. Like the fact that all that was pushed into a $100 package, it's not like that was just Lego was like, you know what, give the fans a better deal. No, that was a specific designer fighting to make sure that this would be something that he was happy with and the fans would be happy with, and it worked out because it's probably my favorite set of this year. It's one of my favorite sets of this year for sure.
Definitely one of yeah. There's
and
I mean Twin Titan Max, which he also, because like I'm thinking of like, okay, what are the other sets I love this year, and they're all Lee sets. Like it's Twin Titan Max, Old Town, and it's like one of the three. I don't know which.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so it's very, very fascinating to hear how things work behind the scene. And then there's like so many things we don't understand, like recolors. That's one of the fascinating things about the Old Town. Part of the reason why it could get so many minifigures is it only introduces 3 new colors for existing pieces, which is like kind of unheard of. Like most Lego sets do recolor a lot just to make them more interesting. And the other thing is like what comparing that to like being a mock builder, for example. If you build mocks, you have like access to Lego's entire catalog, but designers, they only have access to what's currently being produced. So if they want to revive a part in a color that was discontinued a couple years ago, that costs money. And it's fascinating that like he was able to balance that and make those trade-offs. And I love hearing about that behind the scenes. And circling around, obviously Lee does it all on Instagram, but a lot of designers' brick lists dive into a bit of that, and that's always fascinating to hear.
And I see we have a question. So the brick lists are on Brickset. So brickset.com is it's like a website that you can track your Lego collections on. I've been using it since I was literally like 12 years old. I love Brickset. Maybe younger. I think maybe 11 years old, because I remember reading about Lego Lord of the Rings announcement on Brickset, like when I was a kid in like elementary school. So I've been using that website for a long time, and we've met the guy who runs it and everything, and he's super cool at Fan Media Days. And yeah, so it's a place where Lego designers, like if you just search like Brickset designer brick lists, they have like
you can also
Lego designers like just list them all down.
You can also look up specific sets, and they might have a designer. Not every designer does it. That's something they do for fun and not like a requirement. But if a set has a designer listed, you could click on the designer's name, and it'll show you every set that person has designed. And if they've chosen to write some up, you will see their comments when you click on their page.
Can we share screen? I can just pull one up. I think that.
Yes. Are you able to?
I'm on it, but I don't know if we have our system set up for this.
No, we should. Yeah, we got this.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen right now, but we need to add it into the thing.
There we go. Oh, that does not look right, but
close enough, right? Like, so you can scroll down. I just searched, like, I literally, to Google this, I searched Brickset designer brick list, and then it comes up with a list of sets, and they're updated by timing. But like, let's go for someone like okay, Krager's Fire Striker was designed by Mark Stafford. So let's find sets designed by Mark Stafford, who is a legend. And then everything has notes. So some of them aren't like a ton of notes, and then like oh yeah, because I guess he worked on Ninjago. So like he says, what did he say about the Fangfire mech?
I hated this set as a kid.
Yes, I know the legs are too straight and it looks a bit odd, but every time I change him to add a bend, this looks like a dinosaur. Try it. I promise it'll look like a dino. A brief with Snake Mecha. I hope you like it anyway. This was a sign of what's to come, I think. And to be clear, I love Mark Stafford. Like, I think he is responsible for so many of my favorite childhood sets, and that's why like I'm fine saying this, like, because I think that he has genuinely made some of the best play sets, like Alien Mothership, amazing. City of Atlantis, like this is like hit after hit after hit.
Yes,
Incredible,
yes, no,
incredible Lego design.
this is my childhood right here. Is this breakfast?
Yes, one of my favorite sets of all time. But then, like, so we got to go to Krieger's Fire Striker. I guess we're doing it now.
Yeah.
Krieger's Fire Striker. So sketch model and final designer was a Japanese designer recently transferred. So why is this on my list? Well, 2 weeks before his the final model committee, he had his first child and went on paternity leave, meaning I had to take over. I redesigned about 30% of it because it was still too complex for a target age range. Or me.
Or me.
Or me. This is not unusual in the final run-up. I'm sure he would have solved the problems himself if he hadn't had a different kind of mod for he and his wife to take care of. And then every set after that, he was like it's a little more critical. Like 2 of the legs of this Iceman.
This is the I hope it's still cool anyway one.
Yeah. I hope it's still cool anyway. Because he was like, I hate how skeletal the frame is, but I ran out of places I could reduce to bulk it up. Remove the flyer, remove the part. But like again, this is actually interesting insight.
Yeah.
Like, you can look at a set like this and go like, oh man, like why is it so hollow on the inside? But then he's like, yeah, there was a really cool version of this, but for the price of $90, that was 2 of the legs. So we would not have done that. And I think like that's an interesting insight. And then it goes on. And then he was Nexonites. After discovering a huge issue with the jamming mechanism. I'm still happy with this one, though. There are some really funny ones, though. I think they're... Yeah, apologies to anyone who's disappointed by this one. Hopefully it's still pretty cool. It's very... Now he is on Lego Marvel. So he made this one. What else has he made on Lego? So the Daily Bugle is cool because he talked a lot about this behind the scenes, about the characters he wanted to include. Yeah, like it is a little sad, I think, and maybe this is like a topic for another podcast, but to see like legendary Lego designers go from making like the coolest playsets of our childhood to like Lego Marvel.
It is... I always get so sad when I look up at like an old Ninjago set, I'm like, oh, that I loved. I go, oh, what's this designer up to now? And if they're still around, they're just like on icons making like big giant object. And I'm like, man, you could be doing so much more than this. Like your potential is being squandered here. You did the D&D set? I love that set.
Original sketch model. Yeah, so I guess they 99% Wes Talbot. So it looks like he helped. So it was split between like 3 designers, it seems.
Okay.
So he brought it all together and tied it in. Yeah, I mean, I do like the set. I actually think Avengers Tower is really cool.
Yeah.
I think Avengers, but that was also like 4 people. He did do the hoopty though.
The hoopty.
Well, this is interesting. I love how he ends the description with, I always, including here, put the maximum bricks I can get in a model for the budget I'm given.
That's crazy. 420 bricks for $90.
The maximum number of bricks he could get in the model for the budget he was given. I mean, maybe because look, like this, it is Lego Marvel, and this was new torso, new leg, new torso, new torso. I think windscreen recolor, big piece.
It's a crazy world where it's like, yeah, Lego Marvel has 3 new minifigures, so the set has to cost $90.
Well, that is a Lego Marvel moment. Like that is like we are not in Ninjago land. Like we are in Marvel land now, and that's the.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not a Lego Marvel collector.
Bro is not mini superheroes today.
No, I am not. How do I change the background back to the correct? There we go. We're back. But no, that kind of stuff is very fascinating. And it's like, and I think it humanizes a lot of the designers because again, it's very easy to see Lego as this faceless corporation that just like, yeah, they put out product, we consume product, which to be fair is also true. But like, there are real artists that put a lot of effort into all of this, and there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of difficulties that we do not see.
Yes.
Hey,
Unrelated, but we have a question in. Bricks my mind. I have that question as well. I finished editing today, so I'm ready to go.
okay, well, I will be starting editing tonight when we get off this call. We called the other day. We said Friday. I am aiming for
Oh, we did
Friday.
say Friday. We did say
We
Friday.
did say Friday. We agreed on Friday.
Theoretically, we'll see. But tune in. Yes, it should be. We should be good for Friday.
Okay, so no spoilers on this stream, of course. So we agreed we're not going to put spoilers in the thumbnail, just for like we're only going to put stuff in the trailers in the thumbnail, just so if anyone hasn't watched it
like
yet.
An image of like I think a screenshot from the episode that doesn't spoil anything is fine, or maybe a screenshot that was in the trailer. I don't know.
I mean, my point is like. The reason I'm saying this is I would love to put a certain character in the thumbnail because I'm doing the first half, and my reaction to a certain character I think is going to be the highlight of the thing. But I'm not going to put that character.
That character was in the Comic-Con trailer.
Not that one. The other one. Someone really smart.
Someone really smart.
Yeah, I'll probably do Akita because she's in the Comic-Con trailer. I probably will do Akita because she's in the Comic-Con trailer. But there's someone else who appears that I think that's the reaction I think will be funniest.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll update the thumbnail in like 3 months.
There's a certain vehicle that I would also like to include in the thumbnail of mine that will not be in the thumbnail of mine.
Oh yeah. We'll just update the thumbnails in a couple months.
Yeah. When nobody cares anymore.
But yes, it should be Friday. Assuming so, I'm leaving for a family vacation tomorrow, actually. So that's why I have to edit tonight. But I also will be like working in the evenings. So I'm confident I will have it ready by Friday. But
I will also say this is a lot easier to edit than the last ones because we sort of have the template set, and also we clapped at the beginning, which like aligned everything. And every time we start an episode, we said 3, 2, 1, and that was very, very useful.
Did you make spirit smoke for this one?
Yeah. Do you need me to send it to you?
Yeah. Could you send that to me? Thank you.
Yes, I got you. Spirit smoke.
Spirit smoke.
Dude, flashback to, does anybody with elite ball knowledge here in the chat remember how when the very first fan media days that Bricks by Mind and I went to, they showed us all the Ninjago sets and then didn't tell us that there were different embargoes for them? So we had to or I at least, I don't know, I don't remember what you did, but I had to do morphing Sensei Wu's spirit smoke to obscure different parts of sets, and I think that by accident Ryu's wing was in one of my shots for one frame, and then someone was like, Duck Bricks, you leaked Ryu's wing, and I'm like, man, I don't care.
No, I ended up doing because I was so scared of that, because also Brixie had just been punished for this was the same fan media days.
This was the same
Brixie
one,
had just been gotten in trouble because they had done a similar thing with Marvel where they revealed Avengers Tower, but they had the buildable Rocket Raccoon in the background, and that had a separate embargo, so he did a video on Avengers Tower, and for one frame you could see Rocket, and then
you could see Rocket Raccoon's arm. I think for one frame you could see his arm, and that was it.
Which is very fun, because the buildable Rocket, that's not it's not a new movie or anything, fun. And the more exciting thing is the Avengers Tower, but he got in trouble for that. So then we realized, oh shoot, these are all different embargoes, and we didn't know that when we filmed them. So what I ended up doing is I went through my footage and I took screenshots of everything and I just narrated over them. And I don't think I actually put any interview footage in. I just described what was said to us in the interview and showcased the sets, because
I played it this year. I had my morphing spirit smoke because I wanted the interview.
Well, the biggest one was the micro Ninjago cities were there, which again, not a huge reveal, but those had a different embargo, and they had so many little parts of them coming off that would appear in the background. And those were tough to obscure. So I had tried video for a moment, and then I went, nope, we're doing still images.
I'm trying to find my this is hands-on with the 2024 Ninjago sets, because that was March 2024 was before the city sets were revealed, I think.
Yeah.
This is after the baby dragon, I think. There's a funnier version of this video. That's
whatever you posted in December for the January sets. That's the spirit smoke video.
Yeah, Man, I don't even know what. Oh, okay. Hands on with the new Ninjago sets for 2024. Oh my God. Okay. I need to share my screen. This is evil. Okay. For those who are not who do not have the elite ball knowledge, we have it here. So this is fine because these were the images.
Yeah.
Then we get to the video, and then it starts getting. Yeah, so this was what was cooking me. So I just had blob of Sensei Wu's spirit smoke. And you'll notice that as you move the camera, it kind of just shifts around the sets. Like it just kind of morphs around. Like, oh, here, yeah, no, this was evil, man. This is one of the Duck Bricks videos of all time. You can see the shadow of Mayu's wings. I'm surprised I got away with all this, man.
This was also back before Land gave us embargo dates. The rule was when it goes up on Lego.com, you could post about it. And we had done all this, and then the Lloyd mech didn't go up at the same time as everything else because it was a March set. Now, luckily, it went up a day after, but like we're like, oh, we had both edited our videos with the Lloyd mech in it. We're like, oh, what do we do? Like, are we allowed to post it? I don't know.
You can you can see part of like Micro Ninjago City there. Like you. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm not getting that crack, man. I don't know. Like
I think you showed the Lord Raz from the Dragonstone Shrine because he had a different hammer.
Probably.
Because the March sets were still prelim, but the January sets were not. So like the March sets had the arm printing for Lord Raz, which obviously did not end up in the final set. But I think that does show up at one point in your video. And I remember Twitter like freaking out. They'd be like, "Yeah, so Lord Raz is getting arm printing in the summer," and then it was like, "No, he's not."
No, he's not. Oh man, this is an evil video, man. Yeah, it was definitely. I can't believe. I had way too much time on my hands to do. What the hell, man? How did I have so much time in my hands to animate moving spirit smoke? Man, that was not a good use of time. Oh, this is an evil video. Anyway, the smoke transition. Oh, well, I'm glad that the like.
Oh wait, I've lost you. I can't hear anything. Hold on. Is it me or is it you? Chat. Which one of us is it?
You can't hear me?
Can you guys hear Duck Bricks, or can I just not hear Duck Bricks?
Chat, can you hear Duck Bricks? Oh, the stream is going to be lagging, so I'm going to wait for the...
It's me. That does not help.
It's you.
Is Duck Bricks muted or am I muted? Or is...
Mine.
Can you hear Duck Bricks? Yes or no? I need to know, chat.
They can hear me. Bricks by mind.
It's mind? Okay. Let me... Yeah. Thank you.
Bricks by mind. His dusk has fallen. Really?
Are we back?
I think we're back.
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
Or can I? Uh-oh.
I'm not talking. I'm talking right now. Bricks by mind. Can you hear me?
Why
you cannot hear me?
I'm gonna refresh.
What is happening to Bricks by mind? All right, everybody, this is now the Duck Brick stream. If you're watching this, unsubscribe from Bricks by Mind right now and go subscribe.
Whoa. Whoa, chill.
Just do what I just said, everyone. Everyone, chat, make sure you do what I just said. Thank you. But the second part too, you have to subscribe to Duck Bricks right afterwards. So yeah, just make sure you do that. You still can't hear me, so that's great. You still cannot hear me. Subscribe to Duck Bricks. We need to overtake.
Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this.
We need to overtake him in subscriber count, everybody. So
that's never happening. That's never happening.
We'll see. There's a superior channel that you could subscribe to, and that's hey. All I'm saying is you can subscribe to the channel not shackled by the confines of the Lego Ambassador Network. That's actually allowed to talk about leaks. So when we get Ninjago leaked images, guess who you'll find out about those from? Duck Bricks, not Bricks by
No, we do not approve. Disapprove.
It doesn't matter if he approves or not. That's just the fact.
Dude, why is my headphones all evil? I don't know what's
Dude,
going
I think
on.
you need to get smart headphones. I
do need smart headphones.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you, but you're cutting in and out. And I know it's on my end, but I don't know what's going on. Bluetooth off. Disable my Bluetooth.
I think Mind might secretly be a loyalist. And now we're getting
I think I might secretly be evil.
This is what happens if you just don't have an
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. Mind living in 2016. If you're already subscribed to both, you can unsubscribe from Bricks by Mind and then make another account and subscribe to Duck Bricks with the second.
No.
As long as you watch every video.
Is my like Wi-Fi all terrible, or am I fine? Like, am I visually okay?
You come through totally fine. You're coming in totally
okay.
Fine. I don't think it's Wi-Fi.
No, my head. So I use AirPods with my PC, and for some reason they have issues sometimes. And I did buy.
Oh, that is cooked.
These recently, so like I should probably be using them, but I'm not.
Yeah. Bricks by Mind.
Bricks by Mind.
This kind of technical issue would not ever happen on the Duck Bricks channel. It is no surprise.
Yes, it would, because I'm also still on the podcast on your channel.
Well, all I'm saying is, you know what channel we're on right now. I'm just saying. It's look at the channel that we are on right now, and where all these technical issues are happening.
Yeah, look at the channel on right now, and then next to it you should see a little button that says subscribe. If it says subscribe, you should click it. If it says unsubscribe, you should not click it.
Duck Bricks.
Question for Mind. You still have the Fortnite Ninja poster up in that room. I took it down like 2 months ago to make room for the Joshua Deck art and the Brat mural. Like it was up for years, and I just recently took it down because it was behind the light box. But I had to make some room, so I still have it, but it's unfortunately down right now.
What about Lloyd?
Right here? No, it's not here.
Bricks by Mind. Uh-oh. I don't know if Bricks by Mind.
I can't, dude. My dusk is falling like hard right now.
His dusk is really falling. This is crazy. I am building a set right now that fights a smart dragon. I'll say that.
What?
This is. Wow, Bricks by Mind is cooked. This is ridiculous. Duck Bricks. When will you
wait? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Man, I'm having to solo entertain the stream audience like for a long period of this. I think that certainly owes Duck Bricks a few subscribers. I'll say that.
Dude, you're the one who gets the most donations of it. You've got donations both times you streamed, and I've gotten a few. To be fair, thank you to the people that have donated, but you have gotten more. So
that's true. Duck Bricks is, but to see Duck Bricks' fans adopt his mindset of spending money willy nilly. So that's that might.
Bricks by Mind fans spend all their money on Ninjago sets. So
yes, the smart thing to do.
The smart thing to do.
Smart. Are we good now? You can hear me?
Yes, I switched to a different device, so hopefully this one has less.
It's also
issues.
very cool how we just spent the last 10 minutes of our podcast making sure you can hear me.
Dude, this is what happens when you go live, man. Sometimes these things happen.
Hey, someone just gave you a listen, Duck Bricks had to be the one to call it the donation. Duck Bricks is very money-minded. Bricks by Mind is not.
Oh, hold on. I was in my Bluetooth settings. Thank you very much, iRealJMoney. Here, let's do a soundbite for you. Find the blades, set me free, and yes, I will grant you the power you want.
Desire. The power you desire. Come on, gotta get it right. You gotta get it right.
Is it I thought it was the power you want.
Oh, maybe it's the power you want.
I think it is the power you want.
Find the blades, set me free, and yes, I will grant you the power. It's the power you want? Oh, that's so lame compared to power. I don't know why I was saying the power you desire.
I have a sound.
Everyone's saying it's one. I'm getting cooked. Okay, well.
You tried to correct me. That's messed up, man.
I'm a LARPer. Duck Bricks, LARPer.
It's okay. She's with us.
Rocks of the wildness.
Let's see. We did have Lego reveals this week. Do you remember what they were?
We did?
Yep.
This
we had
week?
2 sets revealed. Yes, we did. Exactly 2 sets.
I remember which set. Dude, we finally got a DC set not based on just that.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. Sorry, actually, those have been revealed since I made the plans for this podcast last night.
Okay.
No, I was talking about
Wait,
earlier in the
what other
week.
sets were revealed this week?
Something awesome.
Gun to my head, I'm very on top of LEGO reveals. What? I'm trying to remember now. I know that, we should talk about Animal Crossing and Sonic being killed. Oh, was it the Wednesday sets?
Yes.
Okay, hey, minifigure Wednesday is kind of cool. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, we had 2 LEGO Wednesday sets revealed. Nevermore Academy and Wednesday Backpack. So...
Oh, I've never looked at Wednesday Backpack. This is my first time looking at this, actually. Let's see Wednesday... Oh, that's one of the sets of all time. Okay, Nevermore Academy.
Okay.
Wait, $70? Wait, go back. How much?
$70.
First in my mind, the very money-minded Duck Bricks has noticed another super chat which you have not called out. But I will.
I'm on the screen. I'm on the screen share, man. I can't see it. But thank you.
Brickspin 26.
Thank you, Brickspin 26. Thank you. What's our soundbite? Can I do the Crux voice on stream, or would I get in trouble?
It's okay. I'll do it. Oh, okay. No! You are positively correct.
I think I did it last week, but I think I'm a bit more awake this week to realize maybe I shouldn't do the Crux voice. I am just quoting the show.
You can go to the factory. We are not for noodles. We are here for glory.
Nevermore Academy. It's fine. I think LEGO's in a weird spot where like now we're finally getting minifigures, but now minifigures are just like a little trophy that you put in front of your set instead of sets actually being built for minifigures, and I think that's really weird. Like,
can I make a comment about how the front of the box is the worst possible angle to ever show this set at? Go to the image of the front.
Where?
Go to the image of the front. Oh, they don't have it on LEGO.com. Dude, go to Brickset right now. I cannot believe that's the front of the box. It's worth going to Brickset right now to look at what the front of the box looks like.
Okay. Well, I need to sign into Brickset, or else. That's the other thing, guys. If you're using Brickset for the first time, make an account, because Brickset, with peace and love to the Brickset team, because I love you guys, that site is unusable.
I'm taking over screen share. You're taking too long. Can you see?
Okay, sorry.
This is the front of the box. Why do they choose that angle? It looks so much worse and smaller.
That's really funny.
That angle, right? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Why is that the front of the box when the actual set looks like this? Like, this looks like a prototype. This looks like half the set is gone.
Yeah, wait, what? That's so weird. What?
Isn't that so weird?
Dude, what are they cooking at LEGO?
This is the angle.
Yeah, no,
like, this is the angle.
No, that looks like a much larger set. This hides half of it.
I think they cooked themselves with this. Because like I'm gonna see this on shelves and see the $70 price tag and go, I don't want to buy that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I just had to call that out because that's really weird.
Well, at least they show the back of the box twice on Lego.com.
Thank you, Lego.com.
Thank you, Lego.com. It's not as bad as when they put the Shadow Mech preliminary images up.
And it was so much better than the other, like the main set. Like the Shadow Mech looks so much better in the prelim than it does for the final set. We should talk about Sonic Beacon. That's relevant.
Yes, that's more interesting than Wednesday Backpack.
The sad thing is, like I'm gonna buy all of these sets, man. Like that's
you did that to yourself, man. That is self. Ew, why is the headphones doing that to my hair? Ew.
He's got the wrapped on hair.
I got the wrapped on hair. Dude, don't do that to me. Yeah, so a rumor is coming. Oh, it's just the fact that we have set names for pretty much every theme next year, and Animal Crossing and Sonic are not a part of them. So people are assuming these two themes are canceled. I don't know if I think that's going to be the case with Sonic, but I think Animal Crossing probably, yeah.
I honestly thought it would be the other way around. Also, super chat, thank you from Craftmaster.
Why do I keep missing them? Oh, Craftmaster, my goat.
Craftmaster the goat. We need to have another soundbite. The stream has to be interrupted by a soundbite every time there's...
Yes, true. In fact, maybe I should never fix it.
A more beautiful bride. There you go. You got your soundbite.
Bro, bro, goo goo.
Bro,
Um, uh, yeah. So Sonic, I don't know. I would not like accept this as fact immediately. My take is that well, Animal Crossing was kind of dead already this year. We got a polybag and then big buildable
well,
like baby
that's my point.
nooks.
I feel like we might like Animal Crossing might not be dead because like we're just gonna get one summer set of big buildable figures again and not
Well,
the
I could see that too. I mean, it's regardless. I think they still have the Nintendo IP, so I think whatever Lego wants to make Animal Crossing, they will make Animal Crossing.
yeah.
I don't think there's any issue around that. So
Well, the
I
minifig
don't know.
base is not selling well. Like that is for sure.
No, no. Well, they. I think. I mean, I think Sonic and Animal Crossing both have the same issue, where the themes are so reliant on these big molded pieces that the sets become very expensive, and then they just don't feel worth the price. Like,
Yeah.
um, Sonic at the very least has the benefit of being able to reuse those pieces many times because it's like the same cast of a couple characters. I'm sure Sonic fans would tell me there's many other characters they haven't done, but like the
Yeah.
core group, they've been reusing over and over. But Animal Crossing has such a wide cast of characters that like it's at the very least a new recolor for every set, and I think that's makes the sets very expensive, and then people just don't want to buy them because that's how I feel about Animal Crossing. I think the sets are cute, but they're
Yeah.
a lot of them are like double the price they feel like.
Yeah, it's like kind of like worse modern day Fabuland. I feel
Hmm.
like the design and style of sets. Yeah, I don't know if it was like the most interesting theme as well. Like I feel like Animal Crossing like was made because it was a big hit in 2020 during COVID.
Hmm.
And I think that like interest in Animal Crossing has gone down a little bit since then, and I feel like that's just
Well,
it,
I
it
think that's the other thing. It came out of the it came out at the wrong time. I think if they launch more sets the next time a game launches, they
yeah,
might do a little bit better. But like this was 3 years after the big Animal Crossing boom, and then there's kind
yeah,
of not been any support for the IP ever since.
yeah,
I also think part of this is people may not know this, but Lego Game is one team internally. It's the same way Marvel and DC are one team internally,
which
and
is
Marvel
so
can take from
awesome.
DC's budget, vice versa. Minecraft, Sonic, Horizon when that was around.
Yep,
Those are all one team. I don't know how Nintendo falls. I don't know if like Animal Crossing is a part of Lego Game or a part of Lego Mario because I do think Mario's separate.
yeah,
I don't know for sure, but I think that's also part of this. I assume the reason Animal Crossing is disappearing is because that we need shelf space for the minifigure scale Mario sets.
yep.
And I could
Which
see
we just
Mario
got a
being
set
similar. Or
of today, I think. No, like names of the sets, just the prices.
yes,
So
and piece counts, which are surprisingly small. Like most
yeah,
of them
they're
seem pretty
all very
small.
small sets. That's what I noticed as well. Yeah.
Which, as assuming the prices reflect that, I'm very happy about. But if the prices don't reflect that and it's still like $90, then that's not a good thing.
Right.
Um, but I also and with Pokemon ramping up too, I think it's just shelf space for Lego Game is limited, and Sonic. I doubt Sonic's been performing too well the
No.
past like 2 years because the theme's become a little stale. I think where
I think
they've
it's
kind of
very
just run out of.
stale. Yeah, and I also think the problem is like they rarely do stuff based on the games.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's one of the major points where I feel like for the game fans, when they do sets based on the games, they're cool. But also, there's a lot of weird stuff in the Sonic games, and I think that like some of that doesn't like really translate that well to a Lego set, like the Bio Lizard. Like I think that was like everyone was
Yeah.
like, I'm not big on Sonic lore, but I know enough about it that everyone like when that set came out, all the diehard Sonic fans were like, "This is awesome," but then
Yeah.
everyone else is like, "What is this disgusting orange
What
creature?
is this disgusting monster?
This disgusting
um,
monster."
yeah, I also think like even if you are a Sonic fan, and I think this is the case with a lot of Lego recently, is Lego's just gotten so expensive that like a set really has like I experienced this the other day when I was up in New York with you. We went to the Lego store and back in the day, I would go to the Lego store and be like, you know what, I'm here, I might as well pick up a little set. But and I acknowledge a lot of this is because I have the privilege to be able to get most of what I want through LAN or just through
Unlike
my own
Duh.
money. Um, but like there's sets I like on shelves, but then I look at the price tag and it's like $45, and it's like I'm not gonna drop 45 on a whim. I'll just wait for clearance or something. And I think that's where a lot of the Sonic sets fall. Is like the
Yeah.
Sonic fans, they got their Sonic, they got their Tails, they got their Knuckles, they got their Shadow, and
What
like
about Big the
occasionally we get
Cat?
a new character.
What
What'd you
about
say?
Big the Cat?
I know we do need Big the Cat. I'm very upset we did not get Big the Cat. Um, so yeah, that still needs to happen. But like my point is like the sets don't introduce that much new, so if you already have the characters and the sets are kind of just made up anyway, it's like you don't have much reason to buy them because it's not even like, oh, I might as well pick it up when they're $90. So like there's cool things there if you have a lot of money and you're really passionate, but if you're not, then it's very easy to skip out on when Lego has so much else on the shelf. So I think it's a combination of those things. I think they want to clear space for Mario and Pokemon, and I think also just both themes have become a little stale. But I mean, I guess Sonic's different because it's Sega, so there's a chance that partnership is not renewed. But I assume if they ever want to do Sonic again a couple years now, which they probably will when it feels fresh again,
Mhm.
they could very easily do that. And I could also see it even still exist next year in D2Cs or as like a one-off set, just not a full theme.
I'm very surprised we never got sets based off of the movies.
That too. That is, and actually Mario as well. I'm shocked that like
Yeah,
Mario Movie 1, okay, they didn't know how it was going to perform, but Mario 2, they had plenty of time to come up with sets, and I'm
although maybe
shocked they
it's a good
didn't.
thing they didn't because that movie did not do well.
Did it really? Did not?
I don't think it did very well. Yeah.
Financially? Like I know reviews obviously, but like financially,
Well, I don't know
think
about
kids love
financially,
that.
actually. I don't.
Yeah, I mean that's all that matters to Lego is
That's true. That's true. That's
financials.
true.
For a
Yeah.
kids movie, it's like who
Well,
cares?
no Mario movie sets makes a little more sense because like they weren't doing minifigures yet. I think that makes a bit more sense to
Right.
me. Those Sonic
But
movies is really weird.
right, and again, like
Well,
maybe
actually,
not
what
because I think the Sonic theme existed when Sonic 2 came out, and I get maybe not having them ready in time, but they absolutely could have done it for Sonic 3, and I don't know
100%.
why they didn't.
Yeah.
I think Lego's a little burned on movie tie-ins though for anything that's not like Star Wars, because even like Marvel
Even
movies,
Marvel.
not every yeah.
Thunderbolts didn't get a movie, and that's why half the freaking Avengers Doomsday sets are just like, here's this thing from Thunderbolts that we didn't make. Sorry, guys. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, true. Actually, the last time they did a full kids movie theme, it was Trolls, which I don't think sold super
no,
well.
I don't think so either.
So maybe
Well,
that's part of it
a
too.
second wave, or at least was it the second wave or a second set? I know there was one set that released.
No,
later.
yeah, I think there was a second wave.
I don't think it was a wave. I think it was one or two sets tops, but it was still a second release.
Yeah.
What would you make
Superman also didn't get movie sets.
There's a lot
Supergirl
of
did
big
not get-
robots in those movies. Like, I don't know, Eggman
Yeah.
robot, big Eggman robot, which I guess they kind of made, but you could have made a big one.
Dude, imagine a Jim Carrey Eggman minifigure. That would be so good.
Jim Carrey Eggman minifigure, Keanu Reeves Shadow motorcycle. I don't know. I think there's things you could have made. Like, his
My
dusk.
dusk has fallen.
What bricks
Don't
my
worry.
mind, man? Bricks my mind. Every stream, he's also like, I'm gonna get another better camera. And then he just never.
I will. I have to, man. Well, the good news is next week this won't be an issue. I'll just be on a laptop camera instead. Look, now I am dusk fallen.
You are dusk fallen.
I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, they did Minecraft movie, and they did Minecraft movie makes sense because of Minecraft, but they did Minions, but not Minions and Monsters though. They did not make sets based.
Yeah.
But they did make sets off of the other like the older Minions movie, and they did what else did they get? Oh, aren't we getting Shrek sets next year? I think for the movie. I think that's the rumor.
That's what's rumored.
Yeah. I believe that.
I will also. I also assumed the CMF was supposed to come out with the movie because the movie was supposed to be December, and then it got delayed. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. What a great CMF.
Oh, we were talking about the CMF last time. Yeah.
Yes.
That is one of the CMFs of all time. Yeah. What else? Oh, the Harry Potter. You don't talk about Harry Potter on this channel.
I don't talk about Harry Potter on my channel. No.
Well,
no.
Was revealed.
Here's what I do on my channel: is whenever Harry Potter sets revealed, back when I used to do the Will Crew podcast, I would pull it up. Let me pull it up. And I would say, share screen. I understand. Let's proceed. Show me.
And you would say Duck Bricks and Bricks My Mind want everyone to know that we support trans rights and not J.K. Rowling?
Yes. Oh, I thought so. I thought I began to say no because I thought you were going to say we support J.K. Rowling, and I was going to go no, but then you said trans rights. Yes,
No.
yes. We do indeed support trans rights. So my bit that I would do with Harry Potter is I would go. So new Harry Potter set was revealed, and then I would immediately stop sharing screen, and go. All right, next topic. Um,
Oh.
that's the bit I used to do, and I am okay to maintain that. But I've said my thing with Harry Potter is like, I there's a lot of love and passion from the design. Like I've actually talked to quite a few Harry Potter designers who are like the best people in the world, and it's like
Yeah.
a real shame they're tied to this IP.
Yeah.
But I stopped. I think I bought my last Harry Potter set in 2021, and it's just I don't need that in my collection. I have so much other stuff that I don't need that. The IP I really loved as a kid, I don't need it now. And yes, obviously I support my trans brothers and sisters, and I feel for you guys out there. The ice
Yeah.
monster.
The ice monster. The ice monster. My my problem with Lego Harry Potter is that that theme gets a ridiculous. That theme is so much budget that they don't know what to do with it. If an individual in a certain costume appeared on screen for more than like a second, I can almost guarantee it has a minifigure. I don't understand how Lego Harry Potter has such a ridiculous amount of budget money to make every character possible under the sun, and then like we're like begging Lego to give us like the full cast of, I don't know, like Avengers Doomsday, and they won't do it. They're giving us like half of that, and then they won't give us Shang-Chi.
People love. I heard from someone who works at the Lego store that like buildable Dobby set was like one of the best selling sets of the year it came out.
It won Toy of the Year. It won like
Yeah.
a prestigious Toy of the Year award. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
upsets me. That's why they made another one.
Yeah.
They made another one. Yeah, that upset
They also
me.
made the iconic Cornish pixie toy.
With recolored Wolf Mask Claw Warrior claw extender with transparent black color of that.
I've been vindicated though because Harry Potter also keeps introducing Ninjago parts in new colors. They also introduced Asphira in tan this summer, and I really want that piece. But surely it'll go. I'm either going to get it from Bricklink or Pick a Brick.
It will be on Pick a Brick because Asphira's head has always been on Pick a Brick, so 100%.
Yeah, I mean because this
is
the second time Harry Potter has recolored it. So I'm not buying the Harry Potter set, but I'm vindicated on the Wolf Mask claws because it just came out in the Shadow Mech, which I got. So I have it through the Shadow Mech. I did not have to buy the Harry Potter set, and
it was in the awesome, the awesome and very well priced Lego set Aquarium.
Yes, in bright yellow, which I still don't have that one. Though you have an entire bag of that one.
I have a bag of it.
Yes, I was in your old apartment. I was over and I like was going to like take my shoes off, put them in the closet, and I looked up and you just had like a huge bag of that part.
No, that's from the set. That was the set
from
my closet. That it comes with that many. That was from
really
the set.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That bag of that is from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I turned. I was like, why do you have so many of that part? Well, also next to it, you had like 200 of the Simpsons cat in another bag. So.
Well, yes, that I just have. That I just have. Yes, I think it is something like 200 of the Simpsons cat, and I remember I had the story behind that as I was in Germany, and I don't remember what store it was, but somebody was like, "Look, I can't sell these. Do you want to like take them and do something with them? Maybe you can sell some." And I'm like, "Man, I don't want 200." And then he was like, "For the entire bag, it'll be this amount of money," and it was so like ridiculously low. I was like, okay, just because it's funny to own a bag of 200 copies of The Simpsons cat. Like, I don't think it was more than like, I don't remember. I feel like it wasn't more than like $50 or like 40 or like 200 of them. It's something really ridiculous like that. And I was like, okay, for the bit, like I'm never gonna do anything with these, but
that's really funny.
Like just to own these, fine, I'll buy all of them from you. And he was very thankful because I think that I was the only person who would have been able to walk into a store and do that. I think there's no one other than Duck Bricks would have pulled the trigger on that.
We have a question here. Will Lego get more Simpsons? I don't think so, and I'm sad about that because I really want more. Krusty Burger was overpriced, and I think it shot it in the foot. Because it was the smallest of the three and $40 more than the other two, and that really, really shot it in the foot. I love that set. I have all three. I'm a huge Simpsons fan. I have all three sets. And I don't think it's happening. And this I know you're not a Simpsons fan, Chris, but it drives me crazy that of all the Lego Simpsons, we got two whole minifigure series, and we have not gotten Principal Skinner, who is arguably like especially if you watch the early seasons of the show, top 10 most important characters, including the family. Like I think he's a shoo-in for series one, definitely
Is
series
there
two.
some like reason as to why Lego wouldn't want to do him? Because I know that was
No,
the case.
he's the one. He's the one who doesn't make sense because like we didn't get Mo, but Mo's the bartender, and that one I understand. Like Mo's equally important, but Mo's the bartender. I understand
We
the
also got the
weirdness
Star
around
Wars
that.
bartender, so I don't know. Like,
Right. Oh, and also Mo got a figure in Lego Fortnite, so it seems to show that
yeah,
he's on the table now. But
but not sure.
but yeah, Principal Skinner. He's just the principal of the school, and we got Krabappel, who's the teacher, and Willie, who's like the janitor. He's the groundskeeper, and like those to me are both auxiliary characters to Skinner. Like Skinner is like the main antagonist for Bart, especially early on, but he's a major player in the show, and it's crazy to me that in three sets and two minifigure series he has not shown up because he's the one that there's no reason we don't have him. And then especially series two, they did a lot of the like meme characters who like have no presence in the actual show, but it's just like they're in the memes. And that drove me crazy because I'm like, you don't do Skinner and you do Mole Man. Like Mole Man's funny, but Mole Man is not in my top minifigures we need. Um,
I
and
guess
yeah,
so.
so
It would make sense for them to do the school. Or there, yeah, that's what the
yeah,
comment. Like,
the
they should
school,
just
I would love the school, but like the fact that Edna and Willie were in the second CMF and Skinner wasn't is crazy because I would do Skinner before either of them. And I like Willie. Willie's great, but he is more of a meme character, while Skinner is an actual character. And I think that's probably where it came from. Is like there's absolutely people out there who bought Willie just because Willie's really funny, and I guess Skinner's not a character like that. He's more well-rounded, so he's not as exciting. But he's just so key to that universe that I feel like he's the missing piece. If we get him, I would be happy if we never got Lego Simpsons again. But he's him and Mo. But Mo, I understand if they don't do.
interesting. Yeah, no, I don't know. I do remember there like I'm not super big on Simpsons, but I do remember there being like really odd choices for the CMS. Like I remember
Yes,
that
especially series two. Series two was really
even
weird.
then. Yeah, but it was
But
like
I
what
do
date
love Lego Simpsons. I would love more of it.
I got so many copies of the Marge minifigure from that because I wanted the dual molded orange and white arms, and I used that for my like clone troopers back when I was like like I would use that for my like 212th Legion clone troopers because that's like actually good for them, and that was before Lego Star Wars did any dual. Does Lego Star Wars even do dual moldings even to this day? I can't think of any minifigure that has.
A couple minifigures with dual molded boots.
I know there's some dual molded boots, like there's the Han Solo, but like only the really expensive ones get it.
Yes.
Like, the Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon, I think a few got them in Cloud City. I'm really struggling to think of Star Wars getting dual molded arms. I don't know
I do
why
think it's interesting how different themes have different design languages in that way. Where like Ninjago, for example, like no leg print is not
Zeb.
really an option.
Sorry, yeah,
What?
go on. Someone commented it was Zeb, and that's right.
Oh,
Zeb
yes,
was the first
yes.
one with dual molded arms, I think. But yes, go on.
Yes. I think it's interesting how different themes have different design languages as to like what they prioritize printing. Because I think like Ninjago, for example, never has almost never has like a named minifigure without leg printing. Like leg printing is key to Ninjago. Ever
Yes.
since Rebooted, they were like, we're not doing this again, except for Cryptor. And obviously
Yeah.
like citizens in Ninjago City are a little bit different, but like major, even like generic villains always have leg printing.
Yeah.
One Piece I found really interesting because One Piece has a lot of dual molding and especially a ton of arm printing, but very little leg printing. And I actually like those figures a lot. I think the way they prioritize that makes for very nice looking minifigures.
Well, for Ninjago, it makes total sense to me because this is the Lego TV show where they show up as minifigures. So you want
Yeah.
as much detail on them as possible when
That's
they're
true.
focus on screen. I think for Ninjago,
True.
like making it a necessity to have printed legs makes so much sense to me because like you want any character with a chance of appearing on screen close up to have printed legs. I think that's a really important one to do. But yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I mean, but yeah, I agree with you, and it is just very funny to me when like Lego Marvel fans like rejoice if they get like a single minifigure with leg printing, and like
Yeah.
that's like Captain America didn't have leg printing until like last year, outside of comics. Like that is insane to me. But that's
I forgot to put this in the title. I put August 1st hauls in the title, and I just thought that'd be funny to mention because I believe the answer is you got everything, I got nothing.
Is that really the
Because,
case?
because I mean, I everything I wanted, Lan had sent to me. I was fortunate
Yeah.
enough that like it kind of worked out that everything I was interested in did the review offer came in for, and then you buy everything. So
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
there's there's not much nuance around that conversation. I am planning on picking up an Olivia Rodrigo set, either the smallest one or the second smallest one, but I'm not in a rush for that. Like if I had gotten to the Lego store on that day, I would have grabbed one, but I didn't really feel like driving down for an O-Rod set, so I was like, yeah, it'll happen when it happens. Um,
Yeah, I bought everything that released. So mine is also like boring to talk about because I just literally got everything.
yeah, yeah.
Well, is there anything I did not get? I think there's a couple of city sets that I just left to get when there's like a GWP that I want to get. I I honestly think that's about it. I actually got almost everything. Um, there's yeah, I that's why the problem for me is like Lego pricing. I don't have a good sense of it because I like I just threw everything on, like, I was like, hey, I'm going to buy all this. And they're like, okay, this is your total. So I don't know how expensive any of the Pokemon sets are, other than the fact that, like, I have, like, the gut feeling that they're a little cheaper and better priced, but mostly just from, like, online things. Like, I could not tell you how much a single set I purchased costs.
Wow, that's a good problem to have, man. This is why we got to donate to the Bricks by Mind stream and do not donate to the Duck Brick stream. This is what he thinks of your money, guys.
This is
what he does
no.
with your money.
Hey, Duckbricks is able to showcase.
He doesn't know what things cost until he needs 40 sea serpents, and then he does the math to figure out exactly what everything costs.
That is very true. Oh, I know how. Oh, believe me, I know exactly how expensive every single June set is. Exactly. Down to
exactly.
the I know.
And how to divide them into $140 increments.
Correct. $180. $180.
Oh my god, you got 40? They were 180 a piece?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, I got
Guys,
like 30. I got like 36, I think. I don't remember. I got like 36. I gave away 5 of them for free. Out of the generosity of my heart.
Do you want to get into that? Do we want to get into what happened on that Whatnot stream?
No, it's okay.
Do we want to talk about
5 of them were given away out of the generosity of my heart.
What spinners did you sell on that Whatnot stream? Because I did not have the chance to click in, but I wanted to know if I missed out on any snipes.
No, it was nothing you would have cared about because I sold spinners that, like I said, this is deep discount spinners because they are like the thing opened up, and like the spinner crown is missing, but everything else is still there and sealed. So they were like lame spinners. I mean, it was cool, but like it's like just if you want the packaging because like it's unsealed.
I've resealed a couple of mine because the 2012 ones especially, the glue just like does not stay on. Like most of the 2012 ones.
Weirdly enough, in shipping, like I unpacked them all and there were like 3 of them that had the crowns missing, and I could not find the crowns anywhere. Like I have no idea where they went. But I'm like, okay, well, if you want incomplete Ninjago spinner, it has literally everything but the crowns. Then you can.
Do you remember which ones they were?
It was Fang Sui. It was like, it was all Serpentine. It was Fang Sui. I don't remember the other 2. If it was Snappa, I would have told you. I think it was.
No,
like,
okay. I probably would have been on that one if I was there, but that's okay.
They did not sell for much, so you might have been able to get them. Yeah, because like they're literally opened and incomplete. So yes, and that was like obviously up front. Like I was like, hey, look at these. They are not complete. They're missing one piece.
And my goals with spinners are every Zane, which I'm close to. I need Kendo sealed. Then I want every Serpentine. Then I want to go back and do every 2011 spinner, and then finish off with every 2012 spinner. And that's like life goal. That's not anywhere near immediate because a lot of those are quite expensive. I'm happy I'm a Zane fan and not a Kai fan because the amount I've spent on my Zane spinners is less than like one Kai spinner would cost me right now.
Energy Zane was probably really high.
Energy Zane was a decent amount. It was the most I spent on anything. And then I got Zane DX from the Duck Bricks Whatnot stream for like $40 less than he goes for on eBay.
I don't want to hear about this, man. Bricks by Mind robbed me. Really, that's what happened.
But to be fair, I knew you had those spinners, and I texted you before that stream. I said, hey, if you want to sell any of them for eBay price, I'll buy them off you. Any of the Zanes, I'll buy them off you. And Duck Bricks didn't take me up on that offer, so then instead I got them for $40 less than eBay price.
And look at that. And that's why you go to the Duck Bricks Whatnot stream to get the best deals of all time. Thank you, Bricks My Mind, actually, for explaining that. That's right. I actually, as a friend, I was like, look, Bricks My Mind, you should not be paying eBay prices to me, your good friend Duck Bricks. Instead, you should tune into my stream where you're going to get it for an absolute steal.
And if I remember correctly, you texted me after that stream and you said you cooked me so hard, man.
As in a good way. In a good way. Listen. You only have the best deals on the Duck Bricks Whatnot stream. Only the best deals. Yeah. So you're welcome, Bricks My Mind. You're welcome. Someone got Stone Armor Kai for free. That's the kind of deals that we have on the Duck Bricks. I did.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, I forgot about.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Listen, I've had fun on the Duck Bricks Whatnot stream. I bought a Lance minifigure from Nexonites for $17 because I was just trying to use my free Whatnot credit, and then he arrived and he was cracked.
I said he was cracked. I disclosed that he was cracked. If we sell,
I'll be honest, I wasn't listening. I was just trying to burn that thing because that was the first time we streamed. So everyone had that $15 credit that day, so everything was going for more than $15. And then it arrived, and I was like, "Why did I buy this? This was a terrible purchase."
Why did you buy that? Why did
I just wanted to empty my credit. I had $50 credit, and I'm like, it'd be funny to bid on something. I was just trying to support my friend.
There was what was like, man, Whatnot is a crazy place. I think it's
I truly do not understand Whatnot. I mean, I think the credit has to do a lot with it because people have the credit and they do what I did, but like I don't, because at least the way I purchase things, because even though I spent 17 on that lance, I spent 3 out of pocket on that lance. So yes. $3 a lance is not a big deal, but you received whatever percentage of 17. But I see like clips of Whatnot streams where people are dropping like so much over market for stuff, and like that's just not how I operate. I look at market and I'm like, I'm only buying under that. Like I do not buy anything for market ever unless it's like the rarest of rare items. Yeah, it's great, but people seem to people are making money. People are spending. I don't know who's spending the money. I'm just curious about that, but it's just not my world.
Who's spending the money? I just know people are making it.
Oh, it might gotta come from somewhere. Yeah, shout out Whatnot streams. Shout out Duck Bricks. I'm very proud of my Whatnot purchase of Duck Bricks Mech Pilot Zane with the wrong legs. I also like going into Duck Brick streams and asking for like the worst minifigures because everyone will be spamming the chat like, do DX Lloyd, do DX Lloyd. And I'm like, can we get a crate from season 4? Crate? The cultist from the $5 set? We really want crate?
Hey, listen, on the Duck Brick stream, you are shown the minifigure. What you see is what you get. That is the it's good deals for everyone. Some would say an absolute steal for everyone.
I will say it is very fun to watch. Like I have tuned into many Duck Brick streams that I have not purchased on, but I've actually bid, but I've bowed out of the bids very quickly because it's gotten out of hand. And I'm like, nope, this is no longer within my tax bracket. So
the funniest one is that I was on Mini Superheroes Today's stream last night, I think, or the other night. I think he's like on right now as well. But he asked me at Comic-Con, we received plastic bags of Doctor Doom masks. And he asked me to sign it, and I wrote, I will be the victor, and on this day, you'll meet your doom. It will take a secret war to stop me, and drew the Duck Bricks logo on like a ripped up clear plastic bag with, to be clear, the mask was not in it. I kept the mask. It was the empty packaging, no Marvel brand. It was like a piece of garbage. And I think it went for $40.
Oh my God.
Like it was like $43, and it was like a piece of garbage. That's a really good one. I think Minnie has the really funny, like, he can sell anything. Because the other one, it's like he was visiting New York, and he was like, hey, guys, like, do you guys want me to grab you pizza? And I was like, that's so nice of him. Like, yeah, I would love some pizza. He was like, yeah, like, I'm just going to Venmo request you. But, yeah, I'm just in the area. I'm going to grab pizza. And so we eat the pizza. It's Joe's Pizza, as featured in Spider-Man. And then he was like, hey, can I keep the box? And I was like, the dirty pizza box with like cheese and grease stains. And he was like, yeah, hold on to it. I was like, yeah, sure. I think he sold that empty box. I want to say it was for like $50 or $60. And it was not even signed. It was just like Duckbricks' pizza box, but also you saw Joe's Pizza in Spider-Man 2 when he was delivering pizza. And he sold the empty box with grease stains and like cheese stains on it. And that was like, I was like, wow, man, that is something else. Duckbricks cannot do that. That is another level of being able to sell on Whatnot. I was very impressed.
So my thing with Whatnot too is I can't even like hate too, because I like I said, I don't get it. I don't understand the world around it. Like, I don't understand why people spend so much, but like I of all the like forms of selling, I can't even say it's like bad, because it's all auction. So it's like people are only putting in the number they want to pay. No, nothing's forcing you to put in a higher. It's not like you're buying out the market and then being like, yeah, this is the lowest listed now all of a sudden. Like, no, on those streams, if you start low, it's kind of up to the people to set it. So it's like, I don't know. I don't get it.
We always have a $1 start.
Yeah, exactly. If you're starting for $1, then that's how I trade. Because again, I don't spend much time on the platform aside from your streams, but I just bow out when it's like that's not how much I want to pay for this.
I literally do not use Whatnot unless I'm watching one of my buddies' streams. So it's either it's honestly probably just for Mini Superheroes Todays. I don't think I watch anyone else's stream. I think the only time I ever log on to Whatnot to watch it for fun is because of Jonathan. Because I think very funny.
And one of your streams, I convinced you to sell a single minifigure head just to see if it would go up in price, and then it did not. You just sold it for $1.
I'm $1 for a single minifigure.
True.
I did sell it.
Yes, listen, correct.
I did sell it.
Correct.
I made $1 off of a single minifigure hand, and it was a black minifigure hand too. And I was like, man, I could have used more of those for my Ninjago figures.
My brother bought that hand. That's awesome.
That is awesome. That is an absolute steal.
An absolute steal.
Absolute.
I'm considering doing a stream at one point. I'm because my collection has spiraled out of control in the past couple of years, where I have extra minifigures, I have extra sets that I like kind of want to remove from my collection. And in the past, I have sold anonymously on eBay because I personally there's some things that I feel weird about selling to my audience sometimes, but just in terms of volume, it does feel like the most efficient way to do it is to like, because I've seen like, you start the one thing, you throw it in the bag, and then you move on to the next. And it's like, if I go through eBay, it's going to take me an hour to pack one item because I have to list it, wait for the bid stuff.
Yeah, but you don't need to list for Whatnot. Yeah.
Right,
Sean,
and
here's what we should do. I was actually going to call you and ask you this. I'll sell your stuff for you and take a cut. Just give me all your stuff to sell. We'll do a
but here's the
by mine stuff. We'll both promote it, and then I'll just take like a percentage.
But why do I need you to do that when I could just do that myself?
Because Duckbricks,
like, that would be more reasonable if I was like a no-name, but I have a bigger audience than you, so like it's not that there's not an audience.
But as these streams have evidenced, one person's audience might be more willing to spend money.
I don't know. This stream, but we've actually had some generous people. We made like $8 in donations this stream. That's pretty good.
Let them cook.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh, Whatnot.
Whatnot. What was revealed today? What was the I saw the DC Brickheads. What was
the DC Brickheads? I think that was yesterday, but still, I have nothing to say about those, but sure. Other than like, it's very funny how that's our first non-Batman thing in a long time. That for DC, and it's like a Brickheads.
Yeah. Do I even need to pull it up?
They did Gremlins Brickheads, which was interesting.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah.
Because we haven't seen Gremlins outside of Lego Dimensions, so that's a little. Oh, I guess we had the idea set. I think.
Yes. This just arrived at my house today, and I've not opened it yet.
Oh, from LAN.
Yeah. This time, because I'm getting the big set too, which I'm very excited for. But I have a dream to share that I had a couple of nights ago. But yeah, this arrived in a solo box today, which was very funny.
That is really funny.
So yeah, I had a dream a couple of nights ago about Lego SpongeBob. I had a dream that they had announced a full line of playscale sets in response to like the fans asking for like uh SpongeBob sets for kids. But in addition to that, they released a second pineapple set in the style of the Death Star, where it was just the inside of
Pineapple
SpongeBob's
is
pineapple, and it was like just slightly bigger than the one in the other set. But they're like Lego was saying like, oh, for fans of the inside of the house, you could buy that version, and for fans of the outside, you buy the other one. And I remember, like in the dream, we were like talking about all the podcasts. I was like, "Why would they make the same thing? Do they? Can they not think of anything else to make? Because like they didn't do a Krusty Krab. They just did a second pineapple that was like $300, and it was like, it was the slice like the Death Star, where it was just a bunch of rooms, but it had like more rooms than the official set had.
I'd also like to state it's very funny at this point that it's such a slow news week. We're discussing Bricks by Mind's dreams.
Well, actually, I wanted to talk. It's just very. I don't. I think that's relevant. I think that's very
That is relevant.
funny.
That is very because see the problem is like that's something that if you told me that set like was like announced, I would believe it. I think that's something Lego would do.
I don't believe it would be on shelves at the same time as the other one. I think that's the absurd part of the dream because like in the dream there was like a commercial that showed all the sets and it showed that one right next to the actual one. And like they were like both are coming out at the same time, but yeah, if like 3 years from now that was what we got was like Death Star slice of the pineapple for $300, I would believe that.
Yeah, yeah. Legos, Bob.
Lego SpongeBob.
How did okay? They have the license to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now again. Like they got it back, and then they did Brickheads and nothing else. What are they cooking?
To be fair, okay, so this is I don't know if we've talked about this in the podcast yet. I think Lego has been experimenting with turnaround time a lot recently. I think the clearest example is K-pop Demon Hunters. That set just came out August 1st, which by the way, I have also heard that set sold zero. Like the Lego stores are yeah, my someone who works at a Lego store told me like Pokemon flying off the shelves, the big sets flying off the shelves. I think Smart Play's also doing well, but the big sets at least are flying off the shelves.
I didn't even get Rayquaza, dude. I got cooked.
Really?
I couldn't get Rayquaza. I had work meetings. I showed up at 1 p.m. and they were out of Rayquaza, and so was the other Lego store in New York. I got cooked.
Dang.
I ordered it off Amazon. It's coming tomorrow. But yeah, no, I got cooked from Lego. But everyone wanted Rayquaza, it seems.
Yeah, that's doing. I forget what else. Legends is doing very well. The small one sold the best.
Really?
But all three sold very well. At their store, the small one and the biggest one sold out, but they had the most of the Twin Titan mechs, so that doesn't mean it sold the worst. It just means they prepped the most for that one.
At my store, Ultra Dragon Battle was sold out by 2 p.m.
Wow.
They had none left.
Oh, okay. Anyway, point all that. Apparently, K-pop Demon Hunters, the Derpy Tiger, no one's interested in. Like, apparently, it's just sitting there.
Well, I feel like because everyone wants
everyone wants minifigures, and yeah, it's also a little late. I feel like obviously Lego can't turn around a set in 2 months, but like people are not as hyped about that IP as they were a year ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, point of all that set has shown Lego could turn around a set without minifigures in a year if they need to, because it was probably
had a comment about that too.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Well, when they announced the set, they said mini doll or minifigure sets, something one of the other coming in 2027. So we know those are coming, and I think that's the same case with the Pokeball, and that's why it was not really because rumors had said it was going to come out at the same time as Rayquaza, and just looking at things, it makes sense for it because it's weird that Zinnia is our first minifigure. Trainer Red being our first minifigure makes way more sense. So I think it's very clear that set was delayed, and I think the reason why that is turnaround time, and that's why February there was no minifigures, because it's like the K-pop Demon Hunter set. That was just as quick as they could turn those sets around, as opposed to, and then this Summer Wave is the quickest they could get minifigures out, and then I'm curious if next year is going to have more minifigures because they've had more time to produce them. I had a point in all this. What were we talking about before this?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja. All right.
And you said the license reverted. You're thinking?
Right. No, I'm curious if we only have Brickheads right now because that was just the quickest thing they could put out when they got the license. Because I know Snap and Switch was making SpongeBob toys up until last year. And obviously SpongeBob's coming out, so the Nickelodeon license clearly had time to make some figures. But
But they prioritize
I could
SpongeBob.
see, yeah, they
Next.
prioritize SpongeBob, and I could see the Nickelodeon license taking more shape next year. And Brickheads just existed because they were very quick to produce.
I'm just like, when are we getting Avatar: The Last Airbender? Like, how is Lego not like doing that? So,
Well,
because
I'd also be curious about that next year, though. That I do fear that franchise might be in a bit of a marketability hole where it's like how we get a Gravity Falls project. I mean, they're both this. There's been like 10 Gravity Falls ideas projects that went through and then
and the
got cut, and
same for Avatar: Last Airbender. I
and
feel.
I think, well, Avatar for a while is because the Nickelodeon license didn't exist, but I think also, how interested is Nickelodeon in promoting that IP? Because I know that's what it is with Gravity Falls. Is Disney does
They
not
seem to
care,
not care at all because
right?
of how
And
they're
I
treating Avatar Studios. They seem to genuinely just not
right,
care.
which I think is what I mean. I guess it's still getting new media, so that's something.
Also,
But
live action show is also bad, and it's like in season 2 now. Like, I would have thought that like One Piece, they would wait until they waited until the first season came out, and it like everyone liked it, and then they're like, okay, for around season 2, we're gonna like start making sense. Um, and the same thing happened with like there were a lot of shows like on Netflix where that happened, but I feel like they almost missed the train. Like, I think that
yeah,
it was immediately obvious that like coming out of COVID, everyone wanted Lego Avatar: The Last Airbender. Everyone would have
yeah,
killed to have that. And I feel like every second they've waited since 2020, it's only gotten a little less popular.
yes, yes. Um, Yeah, so I that one I'm like 50-50 on if that will happen next year because it doesn't have as much staying power as like or as much history as TMNT, where I think there's a world where Lego sees how much the fans want it, but I think there's might also be a fear internally that this is a thing where it's a very loud minority. And I don't think that's the reality, but I think that might be how Nickelodeon sees it, is that this fandom is a loud minority rather than an actual money spent. Because it's I think the key thing here is I don't see other Avatar toys on shelves, right? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, SpongeBob toys, those are on shelves all the time, whether there's a tie-in movie or show or not.
Right,
Obviously,
right.
SpongeBob's always on, but
Yeah.
Avatar, it's an older audience, and it is I think with the current state of Lego, that older nostalgia audience has more of a place than it did 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Like for like 2000s nostalgia. But I think there's probably fears around that. Also, the other
Yeah.
thing to keep in mind, Adventure Time is one of the worst performing idea sets of all time.
Okay,
For
well,
re-
that is
and
literally because there were not many figures and they were bricked
right,
out
and
characters.
I know that, but does Lego know that? It's the same as like Bionicle G2 didn't sell as well because like the builds were or like the building system wasn't the same, so people didn't like that. Like
Yeah. And the story wasn't
it's
great. But like,
right, like
not that
Lego
people
Lego just sees people don't care about Bionicle anymore. And
yeah.
I think that's people don't like Adventure Time. Um, even though Adventure Time is getting like spin-offs and new media. Like I would love a that's one I would love. Actually that now that SpongeBob's happening, that might be top of my list for IPs I still want Lego to do cuz
How do you
they're
think the Dimensions Adventure Time sets did? Because those ones had
I would
minifigs.
I would have to assume pretty well cuz I don't know how did Dimensions as a whole though went on clearance and got canceled. So that's the
Yeah.
issue. I would say they probably sold some of the best of Dimensions, if I had to
Mhm.
guess, but I think Dimensions as a whole was considered a failure. Um,
Yeah.
Here's an interesting point because this leaked a while ago. The name for the Lego Dragon Ball
That's
Shenron
right.
set.
Isn't that coming this year?
Yeah, that's what the rumor was.
Oh, that might
I
be
have
like
heard,
on the Black Friday. That might be like the November 1st release cycle. Because sometimes you get like
maybe.
that's
I have seen a funny theory that whatever leaker leaked that saw a big green dragon with an anime character and assumed it was Dragon Ball, but actually it was Rayquaza.
Rayquaza.
Because if
Well,
this
that's
set
why
is
it's
real,
so weird. Why are there two big green anime dragons releasing at the same time?
well, and also the Guardian Dragon's still on shelves, which is also a $100+ green dragon on a display stand. So we will have three of those on shelves at the same time if this is real. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it would be cool. I've not watched any Dragon Ball, so I know nothing about it. But it's obviously a very big IP, and I think it would be cool. I would like to see Lego do more anime. I think Lego One Piece is a very good thing in Lego's catalog. Obviously, it's all live action based. That's another. I would love if we got anime, like an anime based D2C for One Piece.
haven't they been trying to like make anime sets for a long time? I feel like it's a rights thing more than anything because I feel like they've been trying to make Lego Naruto happen for a long time. Wasn't it in the parking lot of ideas for a while? For I have the memory of.
I don't remember. It definitely got through the process a couple of times, and then just sort
No,
of.
it was because remember we were at Fan Media Days, and they were like, yeah, the Naruto is in
Is
the
it
parking
not?
lot.
Is it not still in the parking lot?
It might be still in the parking lot. It was just put in the parking lot now. Yeah, because they so it is in the parking lot right now because they told us that at Fan Media Days. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
that's right.
that. Because I remember going like, oh, that's interesting. That could be a cool thing. But like that implies that that is like a licensing thing because that's what that means, right? Like parking lot is Lego is trying to see if they can get usually, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I think often, but like non-IP sets also show up in the parking lot. I think. I think it's just Lego.
That's okay.
Because
True.
I think there's a lot of factors, but licensing is probably a big aspect. But I think Lego's also been scared of anime for a while. And I don't know their reasons, but clearly they're more comfortable with it with One Piece, with Pokemon. Because fun fact, Zinnia in the Rayquaza set is our first ever anime character who's been translated into a minifigure, because she is like anime styled in the games, and that's what the minifigure is based on. Which is it's interesting to see the way they translated her. But yeah, I would love. So I've been for the viewers. I've been watching One Piece. I've been trying to catch up. I'm currently around episode 400, so we're getting somewhere. And I think if they did currently I want a anime based Thousand Sunny set. I think that'd be a really good D2C where they can include like all the
That would
major
be
characters
so cool.
from the
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be a good way. Good, it would fit in well with the live action catalog, where it's like you still have the live action for like the earlier seasons, earlier chapters, but then do that to be like current. And it doesn't have fully current, but like include the full crew. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's
So
probably.
yeah,
Someone brings up a good point. Like Lego might be worried about anime being like niche in some degree to like it only works for certain markets and it might
yeah.
be for whole minority fans. But also Lego, like
I
think
don't Lego.
makes a lot of weird licenses, like a lot of very out there, like very niche licenses. I feel.
Everything I thought about Lego's like process for what they allow, what they don't, has like gone out the window in the past couple of years. Because,
Yeah.
and I don't even dislike these sets, but why in the world do we have 4 Olivia Rodrigo sets? Like
Five.
5, sorry, the Olivia
Five.
Rodrigo flowers. That one is baffling to me. And I like this. Oh, those sold well as well, I've heard. Which
They're all
I think
backward. I think most of them are backward, which is.
I do think there is a phenomenon of sets that sell out day one and then never sell again, which I think these may fall into. But
That
regardless,
also, that happened to the K-pop set. What was it?
BTS.
BTS. That happened
Yes.
to BTS where it sold out immediately and then like it was languishing on shelves because then they over.
Yeah, that thing sold terribly. Like that thing, I found it like 60% off and passed on it. Like,
Yeah, but it sold out immediately. It was back ordered immediately coming out.
Well, that's why, and I think that set is what made them stray from musicians for a couple of years, because BTS was known for having this rabid fan base that's going to spend money on anything, and then when it came time to buy the sets, they were like, nah, we don't want to. And I would argue it's because you made a $100 set instead of a $20 one. Like, I guarantee every single fan would have bought it if it was $20, but like, I don't think Lego understands, or at least at that point didn't understand that like people who are not fans of Lego are not dropping $100 on a whim. They might drop 20 on a whim, and then like down the line drop 100 if they really like it. But like, I don't think most people who don't collect Lego are dropping $100 just for fun.
Do you think that's changed though? Because do you think that like I feel like that a little bit.
I think that has changed a bit, and I think it's just the world we live in. I've seen it. Everything's more expensive, and I think Lego caters to a more premium audience now, which I think is weird. I don't like that, and that's one of the things I like about Pokemon Smart Plays. They have small sets, and I think that's really great. Because I can speak for myself. The only reason I am able to collect what I do now is because of LAN. The reason I applied to LAN in the first place was because I was going off to college. I come from a middle-class family. I was going to have to pay, like, I was paying my own tuition, and I was like, I will not have money for Lego anymore. But I have this Instagram account that I have put some time into. I heard about land from an M&R video, which is very funny considering he's Mr. I hate land, but he's the one who introduced the concept of land to me. I
That's
heard
very
about land from an M&R video, and I was like, you know what? I have this Instagram account, might as well apply. And then I created the channel. I applied, I got in, created the channel, and then the earnings from YouTube have enabled me to support my collection. In addition to the fact that I'm not paying for as many things out of pocket. But like, if I had never joined LAN, I'm not in a tax bracket. Would I be able to afford the things going on now? I would probably be doing what I used to do, buying the bare minimum Ninjago sets to get every minifigure. But I can't even, like, what things are today where it's like waves are $800 total as opposed to like 300 a full wave used to
Things
be.
have really ballooned. Things have really.
Yeah, they've ballooned like. Well, when Monkey Kid, the first wave came out, I was
Yeah,
like,
Monkey Kid was the expensive theme. They were like, "Oh my god, this is a $25 set. What are they doing?" And now it's
well,
like,
and not just that, and it was like, why does your play theme have like 4 sets that are over $100, and now that's just every theme. So I truly don't know what I would be. I mean, yeah, I don't know what my life would be like if I had not joined LAN for in terms of collecting, because I don't think I would be able to afford most of this stuff because they priced out the kind of person that I was, and I think that's sad to see.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. But yeah, I think there is, especially post COVID, and I see it. The other thing, because I am sure many people know this, but I also collect Pokemon cards because I'm a big Pokemon fan, and I was at a card show the other day, and this is another thing where it's like things are just so far beyond my world. Like, I'm there, I'm looking at the couple dollar binders. I own like a couple of cards that are worth a few hundred, but those cards I traded cards that
really
I pulled.
rare one.
Yes, I pulled I pulled the Mega Charizard X a couple months ago, and then I don't forget if I posted my story or not, but a couple days ago I pulled the Mega Greninja, which is like 250. So that was cool. Yeah, the Green Ninja. But so my only like expensive cards I have traded for, which I have pulled the cards that I traded for. But like we were watching like little kids like drop like upwards of $1,000. My sister and I were, and we're like, what? We're flipping through the $5 binders, and it's just like,
That is
I guess this is who like Lego's marketing to, is the collector space. These people who have a lot of money who are just willing to drop it on whatever.
Man,
which
when I was a kid, I like, even in college times, I was like scrounging for money, man. I was only buying like maybe some of the Ninjago set waves. Like I can't imagine being a kid dropping that much money. Like that is unbelievable to me. And this is Duck Bricks talking. Like I think that's insane. Like here,
yeah.
I can't.
But like think like the summer Ninjago wave. I haven't done the math on this year's wave. But I know summer Ninjago last year was $800 with everything. Like, and every set had an exclusive minifigure, or like enough sets had an exclusive minifigure that if you only got the ones with exclusive minifigures, it only saved you like $50.
Right, like you had to get most of them.
You had to get the land bounty, you had to get both legend sets, like, and even if you discount the legend sets, it was still like 600.
So someone made a good point. The spinners made it way easier back then.
Yes,
because they put almost every minifig in a spinner, and we just don't get that ever anymore. Like
but even not counting like Day of the Departed, that's an older wave that is quite expensive. But Day of the Departed has nothing. Like Day of the Departed's biggest set was 120, right? The
Samurai X Cave Chaos. Yep.
Samurai X Cave was 120, and that was a big deal. That wave had a $100 set and a 120. That made that wave feel huge.
Yeah. And that was because that was 5th anniversary of Ninjago. They didn't market it like that. That was it was like the anniversary wave for Lego.
And the only reason I got that entire wave is because I tell the story all the time, but I love this story. Toys R Us was having clearance on Ninjago the week before to make room for the Day of the Departed. Yeah, to make room for the Day of the Departed sets. But this was back when they didn't put clearance on specific items. They would just say for Lego Ninjago. And my local store accidentally put the sets out a week early, so the clearance deal applied to them. So I got the entire. Well, I got like like I said, I got every set I needed to get every minifigure for 20% off. So I think I got the Samurai X Cave, the Ultra Stealth Raider, and Zane's Tumbler. I think actually those were the only 3 I picked up that day. And Cryptarian Prison. And then I got the rest for like Christmas that year. The only one I didn't get was Jitsu Battlegrounds, which I got like a year before that set became ridiculously expensive in like 2021. So
that's really fun. I got Jitsu Battlegrounds like the last month before it retired. Like I got it at Target like on deep sale. and I did not care about that set at all. Like I did not care about it, and I was like, this is super lame. I didn't like the Urjitsu minifigs, and I got that like so late. I almost got cooked on that set by not getting it on time.
I thought Lego sets 6,000 more considered expensive when I was younger. I agree. Well, so it's crazy to me like how that window has shifted as to what's a big set. Like it's crazy to me that we talk about the legend sets, and when I talk about the $100 one, I say the little one. Like, yeah, it's the little one from that wave. Like
That is
that's
actually
$100. It's $100. That's a lot of money.
It's
like, yes,
this is
it's $100. Yes, that's the same price as the Ultra Stealth Raider. And that one even came with the Chenosaurus Rex.
I don't like that at all. Whoa.
And like I just reviewed the One Piece sets, which I think the actual contents of those sets are very good. But the Smoker Showdown set, I can't believe that's 70. That is the smallest $70 set I've ever seen. And I think back to Master of the Mountain a lot, because I think that was like one of the last like traditional Ninjago waves in terms of pricing. And like the fact that Griefbringer is 80 and Smoker Showdown is 70 is like Griefbringer is huge. Skull Sorcerer Dungeon is probably in my top 10 sets of all time. I love that set so much.
Wave, dude. That
and
wave is peak.
That thing's 100, but it feels so big for 100. You just get so much in that set for 100. Like that feels like a proper play piece that if you were a kid opening that on Christmas morning, this is your play spot for the next couple months. Because like when I was a kid, I got the Fire Temple for Christmas. Because when I was a kid, I would get like $10-$20 sets throughout the year, like occasionally. And then Christmas, my parents always said this thing: you would get one big thing for Christmas. So Christmas 2011, that was the Fire Temple. I asked for the Fire Temple. That was my big set for the year. I got the Fire Temple, and that was my favorite set for the next year. That was my ninja's home base. They would hang out there, and that's the only thing I would play with. And obviously inflation, so let's say that was 120, it's equivalent to 180 now, which I don't even think is the math is probably lower. But
like
let's say, yeah. But even still, like, let's say you got the temple bounty. Like, yeah, that's cool, but you only get like half the cast, and you're gonna need to spend another like $120 if you want the mech jet with. And mech jet's a good price, don't get me wrong, but like just how spread out everything is and how premium it's become. It's unfortunate. I even though there's a lot of great products, like I think a lot of the sets are, especially Ninjago quality is great, but I can't even say the value is necessarily bad on a lot of it. Some of it is, but the value's not even necessarily bad on a lot of it. But it's just
more expensive and bigger.
Yeah,
and there's smaller
because
parts
it's
detail.
Yep. Well, that's the other thing too, is the level of detail has increased insanely.
Yeah, well, this is a really interesting comment because, like, I thought Lego sets were $60 and more were considered expensive when I was a kid. Literally the same. When I was a kid, $100 Lego set was considered unfathomably expensive. Like, that would be like, if I'm really lucky, I might get that for my birthday or Christmas. And otherwise, like, I wasn't even in like $20. I'm in like $10 to $15 land. You know, that's why Bionic.
To me it was.
I fell in love with it because every $10 to $15.
Like 10 to like 25 was small, 30 to 60 was medium sized, and then like 70 plus was a big set.
Yeah, which is crazy now. Like, I can't believe we were calling the $100 set the small one, because like it is crazy to think about how much that has changed. Like, even as a kid, it would, like, I never used to be like, it was a very rare thing. I think that's only like in my adulthood when I started like actually making real money did I start like going out and being like, I'm gonna buy a whole wave at once. Like, I didn't do that as a kid. Like, I would take a long time to get all the Ninjago sets. Some of them I just wouldn't get, and like maybe I'd find them on sale or maybe I wouldn't. And eventually, I think with Ninjago, my parents did this thing with me where they were like, if you want to be able to support like building your Lego collection, you are able to use as much space in our house as you want, but you need to like make the money yourself. So like, I remember when I was in like middle and high school, I would like go around selling stuff to my friends. I would like during school, I would leave school, I would go to the burger shop, I would buy like 30 burgers, and I would like wait out classrooms for when class ended, and I would just like double them, and I'd be like, give me your allowance money, you want this burger right now, don't you? And then they would all get the burgers. And like, that was how I afforded Lego as a kid, because I was doing schemes like that. And I bought a 3D printer. I used the school 3D printer, and the plastic that belonged to the school. So my profit margins were 100%. And I would be like, you can ask out girls to the dance like in a really unique way by having like a 3D print with your name on it. And that was like zero cost to myself because the school provided the printer and the school provided the plastic. So that was like pure profit. But that was how I bought Lego. And then like maybe I would get like a big set for birthday or Christmas, but like a lot of it was like I had to figure out how to make the money. But even then, it's like that's a lot of work to get an $100 set. And I think that if I was a kid today, right? Like if I was that age and Ninjago was coming out today, absolutely no shot in the world would I be able to have like collected to the extent I have. I don't think I'd be as big of a Lego fan as I am today.
No, absolutely not. And the
I would not be able to get like barely any of them. Like, yeah, I don't know what.
The other thing I miss is choice. I miss and I talked about this in the Smart Brick video. I like that the Smart Brick Pokemon sets, there's like a couple small ones. So if you're like, you can actually pick your starter and for like $20 to $30 get the starter Pokemon of your choice instead of being like, no, Bulbasaur's in the $10 set, so I have to get him. If I want Squirtle, he's 80. Like that's not the case here, and I think that's really good because like. Yeah. The spinners, obviously, the spinners were an anomaly. I would love to have the spinners back where, like, every minifigure except for, like, 5 came in a spinner set. Like, that was awesome, but, like, that was above and beyond. But even, like, Tournament of Elements, like, that has, what, like, 4 or 5 sets under $20?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's awesome. I miss that. And that, because that's the thing, is, when I was a kid, I wasn't focused on, like, I wanted to get every minifigure, but I would usually get the one with my favorite character first, and then save up for the rest, and then I would spend $10 here, $20 there. But like I'm working on a big video about the Ninjago spinners, and I'm
so excited to see that video. You have all my footage that I sent you of everything sealed.
Yes. But as a part of it, I tracked down the tapes my parents recorded of me as a kid on Christmas morning. And I found Christmas 2011. I got Zane DX sealed, which is crazy to me because I thought I had that earlier, but no. I spent a year with only the first wave of spinners and Whiplash. I got my set I got throughout the year was a $10 Whiplash spinner, and that's all I could get. And then I got Zane DX for Christmas, and I was so hyped about that. I think it was only him. I forget if there was a second spinner, but
in your video, I really want to see that.
Oh no, I am. Because that's the thing. And what I was looking for is my birthday party footage where I was playing spinners with my friends, but unfortunately did not seem like we recorded that. But I found the Christmas footage, so I need to transfer it off of cassette tape because that's where it currently is. But
nice.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. But yeah, like I waited until that was a March set, and I waited until I wanted it so bad because Zane was my favorite ninja, and I waited until Christmas to get it because that's like what was affordable to us at the time. I got that, and I got Zane's Ice Dragon for Christmas 2011 because I was never at a point throughout the year where I could buy those myself, and like that's $30 total worth of sets.
Did I explain to you the craziness that I pulled to get the Possession Wave like 50% off before launch? Have I told you that story?
I think you did, but might as well say it again for the audience.
This like, because it's very funny reminiscing about these stories. Because I think like you and I, at the very least, like in terms of collecting Ninjago, I feel like we have very similar stories on like having to like pull a lot of schemes to be able to collect what we have today. But I was studying at Oxford over the summer at the time, and it was I guess that was middle school because it was 2015. Yeah, high school. Yeah, that was like maybe that was high school for me. I was 15 years old, and I don't know. Have you ever been to Have you been to the UK, Sean?
No.
Okay, in the UK, there's this store called Argos. The best way to describe what it is it's like Costco if you couldn't go in the warehouse, and it was just a warehouse and a back room, and the entire store is just like you walk in, and there are these computers, and you like click on what you want on the computer. And then someone will go grab you the stuff, and they're usually cheaper. That's why it's like Costco prices. But they had a buy 2, get 1 free, all Lego Ninjago, summer of 2015. And I was like,
you did tell me about this, yeah.
Wait a second. If I just get every Ninjago set here, but like you can only do it like per transaction. So I went there during my like summer program in Oxford. I went literally every single day so I could max out I was really like promo maxing even as a kid. That's actually I just realized I was because they were like you can only do this for one per, and I just went back every day to get more. But I would just every day I would walk in, I'd be like, okay, today I'm going to get like all the sets that are around the same price, and I'm going to get the sets that are around the same price here. And I like kept getting them in batches of 3, so I would get like every other like few sets free. And that's also the only reason why I even own the Enter the Serpent set, because I was not planning on buying that set as a kid because I wasn't super excited by it. So I was just going to let it be discontinued. But then I was like, oh, wait, if it's buy 2, get 1 free, then I might as well just get this set anyway because it's Ninjago and I like Ninjago. So that was I think that has been my greatest like hook of all time. Getting
That's awesome. I guess we're in Q&A section now. So yeah, if you guys have questions, if you haven't already been putting them in chat, put them in chat. This is one for me that I did actually want to talk about. Will custom builds come back? Yes, I'm aware I've not posted one in a while. That's for a couple of reasons. It's mainly I've been traveling a lot this year. It kind of just worked out that I don't know. I suddenly after I think it was after we did China, I was like, oh, I could just go places. So I've been kind of all over the place, and those videos require a lot of time to just like sit and build and then sit and edit, and I've not had a ton of time to dedicate to that while also juggling reviews and everything else. The other side of it is I do have a big video I'm working on, which is the one I just described about the spinners, which I want to make sure is perfect before I release it, and I've been working on it off and on for about 4 months now. And that is like the equivalent in terms of editing, but it is not a custom build video. So once that one's out, I hope to make something else. The other thing is I've not felt super inspired, where the past like 2 years, because I usually base stuff on existing sets, and the past 2 years of Ninjago sets, while there's a lot that I like, I feel like they've been very sort of set in what they are, and maybe this is just a lack of inspiration on my end. I've not felt inspired to like, oh, this set should be expanded. This set could alt build into something else. A lot of them, I feel like, use a lot of very specialized, specific pieces that I don't know. Nothing has called to me of like that would be fun to do a building challenge with. So I can promise there will be at least one before the end of the year, probably October, November-ish, because that's when I'm settling at home for a bit. But the spinner video will be first.
Can you please make a video combining like the 30 Aaron Spinjitzu mechs that you have until like
that would be a good video. That would be interesting.
I got this box of Ninjago parts from Brick World. I have only this box to make some monstrosity out of. I feel like that'd be fun. Like, I'd watch that.
I do have a custom build I completed at this point almost a year ago that I've not done a video on because it's not Ninjago, and I don't know if I want to do it as a short or as a full video. I'll just say it. I got a copy of the Simpsons Krusty Burger and like 5 copies of the Fortnite Durr Burger, and I made a big Fortnite Durr Burger like building, and it's really cool. I'm very happy with it.
Really cool. I didn't know you did that. That's
yeah,
really cool.
But I've been debating whether or not to do a full video about it. Cause I've also not done I've only done the exterior, and I've been putting off doing the interior. But I've been debating whether to do it just as a short or as a full video, because I recorded both footage, because my audience is not super into things that aren't Ninjago, so I don't want to like spend days upon days editing to get like 1,000 views.
Yeah, I'm feeling
but
that.
Also,
I Lego Castle videos recently, and no one wants to hear me talk about Lego Castle except for me.
So I don't know. I don't know, but that will show up somewhere at some point. It probably will end up as a short. But I also need to finish the interior because right now it's just Krusty Burger interior. Elemental Power Mix too. I want to do more, but I want to do more things in between. I really like doing them, but I want to. I want to do more than just that. I feel like I was very happy with the Forbidden 5 ones, but they kind of felt somewhat magnum opus-y for me in terms of build. So I want to make sure I'm doing them because I'm inspired, not just doing them for the heck of it. But there will be a Frack Elemental Power Mech before the end of the channel, for sure.
You must. I've been waiting for that. I want to see that.
I need the Frack Elemental Power Mech.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, we can
go. I'll let you drive the questions.
Okay. Do you think Brick Lake Ninjago prices will ever return to normal? I don't think they'll ever be what they were, but they're already getting better. I would say just give it some more time. I think a year from now, 2 years from now, they will be even more settled. But like, look at, especially the big hitters have gone down a lot. Lloyd DX is 500 now, which, don't get me wrong, is still absurd, but he's not like, hovering around 1,000 anymore, which is like a significant improvement. Loose ninja heads have also gone down a bit, where like Lloyd's not a $20 piece, he's like 5, which again, still a
Still
lot, but like
ridiculous. It's like that was
not as
insane.
crazy as it once was. So I don't think we'll ever be where we were unless truly everyone doesn't care about Ninjago anymore. But I think things are gonna get better.
And then it's going
Also,
to get again for the 20th anniversary. I'm sure it's going to get worse again.
I'm curious if the LARPers, if they're gonna keep their collections or sell them off, because we are LARPing Lego Batman now. That's our new thing.
That is
So
true. We are LARPing like a Batman.
if the people who like just hopped on for the trend like choose to sell what they bought, I think the market will even out somewhat, because that's suddenly a lot of inventory showing up. Um, and also I think it depends on Bricks and Minifigs' downfall, because if Bricks and Minifigs inventories show up on Bricklink, then suddenly we have a lot of inventory.
Yeah, I'm eagerly watching that case. I'm very curious
Yes.
what's going to happen there.
How big were y'all when you joined LAN? I had, I think, around 32K on, no, I was at 28K on Instagram, and like nothing on the YouTube channel didn't exist. I started the YouTube channel after well, I think I had some videos, but they were like nothing. I like started taking the YouTube channel seriously after I joined LAN.
For me, it was before I hit 100K subs, but I think it was shortly before. I think I was at like 60 to 70K. Yeah, I was like pretty sizable before I was able, because I think I first applied to LAN like I applied to LAN when I had 100 subscribers just to get on their radar. So I like literally, because I was not expecting to get in, but I was like, hey, like I'm doing this channel, like please notice me. And then I like applied again when I had a lot more, and then I got accepted, and then I left. What editing
I
software? I usually use Adobe After Effects, but I for super short and easy videos, I like iMovie. I know I found like it's just super easy like to throw together a video. But if I need to do anything more complicated, I do After Effects.
I do Premiere Pro, and I will recommend everyone, if you don't already know Premiere Pro, do not learn it. Every other editing software is better. The only reason I use it is because it's what I know, and I don't want to learn something new. But it is horrible, and I hate it.
Yeah, second it. Well, I would second that on iMovie. There's no reason for anyone to be using iMovie. Like I think there are better editing softwares out there, but I just like it's so like it's very like literally like shorthand for me to just like throw a video together. So like that's the only reason why. After Effects is like way too overpowered for what I need. I need to find an editor that does the things that I do on After Effects, but like doesn't require After Effects like monster render times. Because I almost got into film before I started studying
I
at school. I actually
I
almost got
also
into
did.
Really? I don't think we've
Yeah,
ever talked about this.
yeah. I throughout all of high school, I was convinced I was gonna move out to LA and become a filmmaker. I really wanted to do that, and then
No,
my
same.
mom
Yeah.
got there was a movie shooting in like within like a half hour of me. Um,
Uh-huh.
It was the Meek Mill documentary on Amazon. If you want to check it, everyone should check it out. I've never seen it. My name might be in the credits, or it might not. I don't know. I've never looked. But it was shooting nearby, and my mom knew like the people whose buildings they were using for some of the scenes, so she got me on as like an intern essentially, and
No way.
I was under the impression that I was like sort of there to shadow and just watch what was going on. They were under the impression they had a new intern they could yell at. So,
Oh, you did tell me this story.
yes,
You
yes.
talked
So it was like a 12-hour day,
Yeah, I
and
remember this now.
I hated it. I hated the experience because like they treated the crew horribly, and I not like I'm sure this is how most film sets are, but it was like a very shell shock to me of like to me movies were this magical thing where like everyone's getting along, and then they're like the few instances that really bugged me were it was the lunch break, and we went into the lunchroom, and the like director, I don't know if it was whoever was like running things that day, walks up and goes, "You're an intern, right? You don't eat here. You eat in the closet. You can't sit at the tables." So then I go out to the closet with all the other and there's a name for, I don't know the name for it, but whatever that crew is called. And one of the guys is like 28, and I start talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, I moved out to LA to pursue film. I really want to direct one day. Don't do it. It's not worth it." And I was like, Dang, that's like, I'm being treated this way. This is my first day, and I'm here because someone did a favor for my mom. If I was 28 years old, I went to college for this, and then I got put in the same position, I would hate my life. So I was like, I'm not doing this. And then the other thing was, so the first couple scenes that we were at was filmed at the courthouse, and then it was filmed in a jail, an actual jail. And it was this just dark, windowless building, all stone, and I'm just sitting there in this building for hours, and like no food, no any. It was like I was legit. It was a real
They
prison, but it
set
felt like I was in
protocol in
prison.
prison.
Yeah, they did. But Prepare Prism, I think at least has windows. This one didn't have windows, and I just had such a like, and it was hours of just this dark prison, and I left that, and I'm like, I'm not doing film. I don't want this to be my life. It's like, why would I
Wow.
deal with all this for like the smallest of small chances that like something I make one day takes off? Like, nope, not what I want to do. So
That's
I left
crazy.
film, and I've always been into tech, so um and tech is what I wanted to do before I wanted to do film, but I switched to film, and then I switched back to like, no, let's do computer science. So that's
That
my
is
story.
really that's really funny. I don't have as extreme a story as that. Well, I do have a crazy film set story, which you've heard, which I probably won't be repeating on this channel.
No, maybe not.
Yeah, yeah. That one might not be
Yeah.
PG rated. But you know, I have a crazy film story. But when I did
Uh-huh.
executive produce a film, and that was a very evil time in my life, and yeah, and many others. But film wise, no, I mean, like for me, I my parents were actually super supportive, but then I honestly made the decision not to because I was like, I don't think I'm going to get paid anything if I get into film.
Yeah.
The way
Well,
that like
that's
yeah,
yeah, you don't. And like you have to be very lucky for something to even get in the front of the eyes of anyone ever.
yeah, and I was like, I really like Lego. I like being able to make money to spend on Lego. I don't think I'm going to be buying many Ninjago sets if I get into this. Which, I mean, I'm very impressed by people who are in the film industry, and I think that
Yeah.
that's like a really tough job, and I find it like really
Yeah.
cool. Like a lot of my friends, like, well, mostly because of like the that film that I executive produced, that like evil time. I did thankfully make a lot of like I trauma bonded with a lot of the crew, and that's why like people like Will are like all of our friends now because like we
Mhm.
just all hang out still, and I love
Yeah.
like I love my like film gang here in New York, but I'm so impressed by like what they're able to do with the conditions that a lot of them have to work in. But yeah, I mean, and the other thing is like with me, I went to a high school where like it was sort of predetermined where you go to college. Like there was like everyone would go to an Ivy, and like they had such a deep connections in all the Ivy League schools that they're just like, okay, you're going here, you guys are going here, and then my counselor is just like, you are going to this school for this program because this is the best fit for you. And I was like, okay, sounds good. And I went to that school, and that was the end of it. Which seems to be the exact experience that most of my high school classmates had, which is a very funny setup. But um, I'm grateful for it. I'm here now because of that. But yeah, no, I also almost went into film, which is crazy.
I will say it did translate well to YouTube. Like a lot of the things I knew Premiere Pro before I started YouTube, and I used it for. If you guys ever want to see some interesting videos, go to my channel because I haven't privated much. I privated things where I accidentally doxed myself because I realized I would just have like private information in some of the videos. So all that is down. But if you go to my channel and sort by oldest for videos, I have like skits from like 2016 that I did, and like
Oh, that's
really
awesome.
really like terrible videos that were just like me having because the Bricks by Mine channel was my YouTube channel, but it was just where I posted any video I made.
Same,
Um,
same. But I've
yeah.
privated all mine. Maybe I should unprivate some and
I
just let
well
them
no,
know.
you can't unprivate them now because if you unprivate them, they show up in people's subscription feed.
Oh, cooked.
You can make a
Cooked.
playlist. You can put them all unlisted and make a public playlist with the unlisted videos.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah.
Uh, and this is
Evil.
also like what I would turn in school projects in my film class that would be on this channel. So I'm curious if because I my first project, first year of film class, I was my teacher's favorite project for it, and like so he would show it to like he would show my project to oncoming students as an example, and I'm curious if he still does because if he does, he's pulling up the Bricks by Mine channel for his class, and that would be very funny.
That is so awesome. That is very.
I'm it was like the basics of Premiere Pro, and you were supposed to make like a photo slideshow, and I like already knew all that, so I spent like 3 months making an anime opening for the Lorax because that was funny in 2016. Um, yeah, that was really good. But yeah, that's on the channel private. But yeah, there's a couple videos still up.
I feel like one of these podcasts where we're just messing around, we should just pull up like old videos that we made and watch them. Like that.
Yeah,
That,
I
that
just gotta make sure I don't get any of the ones that dox me, because like
yeah.
I had this really funny video. The chat, you guys know my buddy Matthew. We've been friends for a while, and I have this video called. He used to go by Elite, and I had this video called Elite Exposed, and it's just me like running around my house ranting for like 5 minutes about how he bought a Mega Block set, so he like betrayed Lego, and how it's like the most horrible thing you could do. And it's I love that video, but like at one point I stand in the mirror in front of my room and you can just see a picture of like my middle school yearbook is just right there with all of my classmates' name, with my name and all my classmates' names and where we live, and I'm like, all right, I can't keep that on, so
Yeah.
that one's gone. But there's a couple videos still up.
That is awesome. That is really funny. That'll be a fun little podcast
Yeah.
adventure for us to do at some point. Yeah, I mean a lot of videos. Oh my gosh. I used to like instead of essays for history, I would say like, can I make a video instead? And then we would just like make this
Well,
crazy
that
like it's like, oh, I time traveled back to the past to stop a supervillain and then also the Gettysburg Address. Like,
that's the first ever when I learned Premiere Pro for the first time was for a project in 8th grade social studies.
yep.
And it's the earliest video on this channel and it's private, called Social Studies Project, and it's like I remember I do like a newscast about the creation of the cotton gin. And I'm standing in front of like a terrible green screen. It's really
Yep.
good.
That's awesome. That's where I learned Premiere Pro too. I started with Premiere Pro, man. That was the good old times.
I mean, I used Windows Movie Maker before then because I used to make like
well, that was like
like
baby duck bricks used Windows.
yes,
Movie Maker. That.
I'd
then I
make
switched
Lego
to
stop
Premiere.
motions in Windows
Yep.
Movie Maker.
Same.
Yep.
We had very similar childhoods. That's very
Yes.
fun.
What do you think happened to Wave 2 of Ninjago and Fortnite as well as the Sword of Fire? So,
Can we talk
Sword of
about
Fire.
we are sitting on or no?
What?
The wave
I
two
mean,
that we're sitting
yeah,
on?
I'll acknowledge I've seen because there people know there's a picture out there of the set of the skins,
Yeah.
or concept art for the skins. I have seen it. Many
Yeah.
people have seen it. Fortnite leakers have seen it. Lego leakers have seen it.
I showed it
I
to
have
you.
seen it. Yes, I have seen it. The skins exist, or they existed in concept art form. The reason I wanted to highlight this is apparently they were just updated in the files.
I saw that. I saw that they
yes.
were just updating the files. Yeah.
Which I'm so confused what's going on here. Because I assumed they were always coming, but then a developer said no, they're not, which is weird to me because I think if I was that developer, I just simply would not have answered if they were still coming. Like,
Yeah.
no, they're not seems like a definitive confirmation that they're not.
Yeah. Like, why would you answer that as a developer?
And
Like,
there has been files related to them in the game, which is more than the concept art. That's how we know that there is more to them than that. Like they files related to them have been in the code since December, so maybe those will show up. I have to assume they would. Like, not doing Lloyd is crazy, and then if you're doing Lloyd at that point, you have to do Nia. Like
Yeah.
if the skins were just Lloyd, Kai,
it is
Nia,
sexist for you to not do Nia if you do not if you
right.
that-
I mean, like, if the skins were if there was only like 3 skins in the first place, it was just like Lloyd, let's just say it was just Lloyd and Kai. I don't think Nia missing would be the end of the world, but you can't do all 5 and not do Nia. So
yes. That
you
is a
have
real
to do her.
VIP reward island metal plate moment.
Right. So and surely they have to do Lloyd. So I want to believe they're still coming at some point, and because they were just updated, maybe they'll be the next Lego Pass, because that's set to, I think that's September, might be September 11th, September 10th, I think,
Yeah.
actually. The next one starts. So maybe, because they probably saw how disappointed people were that it wasn't Ninjago again. But yeah, who knows? Sword of Fire, though, is coming to the game. It's ridiculous that took this long, but most of the Lego Pass skins, which have been unlicensed in the past, have harvesting tools like that are not in the Lego Pass, then they come back to the shop like a year later and they have them. That's going to be the case with Kai. When he comes back to the shop, he will have it. When that will be, probably December at the earliest, but that one will come. The 100% is coming to the game. The other 3, who knows?
Yeah, Well, the image that we saw is really weird because it is DigiZane. Like it is very clearly DigiZane.
Yeah, and that's the image that, and
There's a
I want to
lot
make
of
it clear, it's not just that image was passed around a lot in back channels. Many people have seen it, and the only reason I'm talking about it is because everything in that image has been described publicly.
Yes.
Fortnite leakers have detailed everything about that image, which is why I'm talking about it, because everything about it is out there. I just have seen it. Yeah, a lot has changed from it, so, like, clearly that was not the final, like, things changed on the skins, that was not the final designs, but the fact that they also showed up in the code, what, I couldn't even see, what was that message?
Oh, I just put up a message that said someone liked almost all your videos, Bricks by Mine.
Oh.
What they really should do is go and watch and like all of the videos.
No,
But
it's
go.
okay. Thank you for liking all the Bricks by Mine videos. I appreciate that. Aaron, we need to find your parents.
Aaron, a warrior must make difficult choices if he truly loves his parents.
What if Smart Brick X1 Ninja Charger for 120? That would be awesome.
That would be very awesome.
Leo, can we please get this set?
Bro is gonna curse us again. I'm not participating.
No, okay. If we got the smart X1, that would be so poetic. If Smart Cryptor was real, that would be so poetic. Like I would love that. Would be the most irony set ever. I would love that set so much.
There's legitimately a non-zero chance that like they do a smart Ninjroid because that would actually make sense.
And smart X1 or smart ultrasonic Raider, either of those would be really funny.
A smart ultrasonic Raider, I think like that. I think smart X1 would be very fun.
It depends on if the ultrasonic Raider is good or not, because the last two have been really bad. So if this one's also bad,
no, it would need to have 4 smart brick slots.
No, it has 1 and then smart tiles on the other one, so it makes different noises when everything's connected, because it can read them all.
But then you need to put a smart brick on each one of the things. Each motorcycle would.
No, it has a smart tile, so it can detect the smart tile. Like this smart tiles.
Right. That means that like to play with it, you would need 4 smart bricks.
No, you just need 1. Because, well, I guess you could also separately put it, but like you put 1 in the main section when everything connects together, it reads all 3.
And then there's like little red things sticking out of the motorcycle.
or one build is green, one build is blue, one build is yellow, so it can detect all 3 colors, so it knows what parts are attached to it.
That is really awesome. Smart gas station girl. I love that.
I did see this idea in my comments. Turn Dr. Hurlick's hideout into Dr. Julian's workshop. That's not a bad idea. That is something I have been thinking about. My last mock, by the way, my last mock was really good. It was the Ninja Colombo vehicle. It was only in a short, but that was a really good mock. And that's the last one I did.
Ninja Colombo. Smart Cryptor, would Smart Cryptor respect women? That is the question that really needs to be answered. Because if he's smarter, he might. But would being smart just enhance the existing personality that he already has to make him even more sexist? That's what I like. That's a real.
Dude, the word smart means nothing to me anymore. I've said the word smart so many times. They're also LARPing on Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, I don't know how LARPed it is, though. That's like a real fandom that's just made everything expensive over the years. Like,
I think everything's always been really expensive for Lord of the Rings. Like, I love Lord of the Rings, but I feel like it's been forever. The
reason why I say Batman's being LARPed is it's like every like Reels and TikTok creators like doing content, going to Bricks and Minifigs, being like, no way, they have this for $1,000? That's a good price. And then in their next video, they're selling it back to Bricks and Minifigs to get something else. Like, that's what I mean by LARP. Like, it's just like, check out how cool and old and expensive this is. Like, I think Lord of the Rings fans
thinks Lego Batman's suit. I wonder what she thinks, guys.
Have you seen the people? I'm not familiar enough with classic Batman, but there was a figure that people refer to as Batman DX now.
Batman DX?
Because I think it has some gold on it, so they call it DX Batman. It's really funny.
Batman DX.
It's really funny.
Like, man, there's a lot of the funny Instagram ones. I was sending you a few of them. There's hoodie that makes you look like Deepstone Kai, and then there's there's the Carbonite Lloyd DX. I think like
the Carbonite
Lloyd DX.
But I think the difference between Lord of the Rings and classic Batman right now is the classic Batman content is all about the value, where, and maybe I'm just not seeing it, but Lord of the Rings fans I think care about the characters and the world. Where classic
Yeah.
Batman is just like, this is Killer Croc and he's $200, and not. I believe these people actually do like these things, but I think the value is just as cool as the figure, as opposed to Lord of the Rings, where it's like, I love the figure and dang, the value is a lot.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've seen. Like, I also think like people are just more excited about Lord of the Rings with Minas Tirith and like the release of like and the rumors of a Lord of the Rings like set wave next year, which apparently is happening. Which like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I've been asking for that. Like, I mean, that is I think other than Ninjago, Lord of the Rings is that like the number one like most like license for me? It might be like like how you're crazy about Pokemon. Like for me, that's Lord of the
Yes.
Rings. Like
Yeah.
I am so excited for there to be possibly another Lord of the Rings like full on Lego theme. Like I cannot understate how like I'm probably more excited for that next year if it actually is happening than like anything Ninjago is doing, which is crazy because I love Ninjago, but Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, I'm so excited if they make that a full. But then again, there's like one set rumored for January. So is it really a full theme or is it just like more like a single set icon slot? But like
Probably some busts and some like heads and
dude, I'm going
like
to crash out if the full Lord of the Rings theme is like 4 brick heads, like 2 helmets, 2 busts, and like one set with
and articulated Frodo minifigure.
articulated Frodo minifigure.
Upscaled Frodo minifigure.
Upscale Frodo minifigure, but the legs don't even move because they're short.
Upscaled Frodo minifigure, and then like action figures like Spider-Man style Gandalf.
Action figure, action figure Gollum. Wait. Unironically, the Hunt for Gollum is coming out next year. I would not.
Why is the writing good?
Why is the writing good? Dude, I think like I legitimately believe they would do buildable Gollum.
But worst brickhead of all time is the Gollum brickhead. That is the funniest thing Lego's ever put on shelves. Is the Gollum brickhead.
That one's very funny. I think Gollum articulated figure is very like that is like you've spoken that into existence, man. Like with the new movie coming out, it's all about Gollum. A Gollum articulated figure might be happening.
Speaking of, this is just somewhat related, but with all the buildable figures that Lego's been doing, I think it's very funny that there's 2 different sets on shelves right now called Buildable Chopper from 2 different themes.
Oh, that's so funny. Star Wars and
One Piece.
One Piece, yeah.
They do have different set names, but they're both Buildable Chopper, which I find really funny. Why can't I find your Fan Media Days video with the prototype Dragons Rising Season 1 Ninjago sets? Because we weren't there, and neither of us went to Fan Media Days that year. I think Chris... No, I was invited, but I was like... That was before they supported our... Yeah, I was invited every year. Like,
what?
2021 onward. I didn't have the money, man. I was a college student.
Bro, Duckbricks had the money. He wasn't invited.
Well, you weren't in LAN yet, I don't think, at that point. Or you had just joined. Like that was the year you joined.
I just joined because I joined.
Yeah, they did Fan Media Days virtual in 2021, and I was there for that. 2 and 3, I said no because I couldn't afford it.
Was there anything in Chicago in 2021?
No.
Okay.
No.
What was
I talked to the Harry Potter team in that one actually because that was before, like I decided that was like one of my last pieces of Harry Potter discussion that was real I ever had was with the designer, and I was like, wow, this guy's a really cool guy. He's really nice. And then I don't cover
super chat. Man, Duckworks is so top of the process.
I'm scrolled back to look at the old comments so we don't miss people. Where's the super chat?
What is your favorite Dragons Rising season? iReal J Money has asked. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Oh, it just popped up for me. Thank you very much.
Actually, season 4.
I still have to go with 1. I think 1 just means too much to me. Like I love what it does for the world. I love the mystery, the exploration. It's just it feels fresh and it feels new. 4 I really like. It there's parts of it that are a bit formulaic, and there's a certain character in part 2 who I think is really brings the season down a lot. It's not like terrible, it doesn't ruin it for me, but
fear him.
I cannot in my right mind call it the best season when that character is in it so prominently. Like it's very funny, but like is it good? No. Also, we need a soundbite for this one.
Oh yeah, run, scream, fear me.
That's good.
That's
That's
not
good.
right. All right,
What do y'all think of Brand New Day?
I, th-
I enjoyed it.
I really liked it as well. I thought it was the best of the Tom Holland Spidey movies, but also I hate No Way Home. I think No Way Home I refuse to believe is a real movie. Um, Genuinely, like I think it's one of like worst. I don't know. I do not like No Way Home. But I really liked Brand New Day. I thought that like it wasn't perfect. I think there were a lot of like weird plot things that like I don't want to spoil Brand New Day for anyone who
Yeah.
hasn't seen it, but like I think there were like kind of some dumb plot decisions that I'm a little confused as to why a certain character did a few things when I think that given the immense powers that character had,
I
there were much
agree.
easier ways to accomplish their goals than to show up in person. That's all I will say.
So my I liked it a lot. I think it makes me well, watching the movie makes me feel hopeful for the future of the MCU because I'm like, wow, Spider-Man, this seems like a good character to lead your new MCU as opposed to where Iron Man was. I
And then
think
we
this
go
new
right into
character,
flop.
right? This new character, like I think is introduced because not to spoil it for anyone. I don't know anyone who does not know who we're talking to, but in case you don't know, there's a character who is an existing Marvel character, and I really appreciated how when they were introduced, they were treated as a part of this world. They were not like, oh, by the way, here's this character, and then they turn and wink at the camera because they all know you know that character. Like, no, it felt like an actual movie and not like Deadpool was writing this one. Um,
Yes.
and the way it ended, it made me go, okay, I see a path forward for the MCU with this character and their characters from their franchise. That plus Spider-Man, that's an interesting way forward where I could see the MCU succeeding. Unfortunately, we're getting multiverse Doomsday slop and Secret Wars next, so none of this is going to end up mattering, but
I think this is set up for after Secret Wars. They're going to reboot the universe, and I'm actually excited for that because I think
I
this
don't
is
see why you introduce her now if you're planning on rebooting.
so you just have it in there for the reboot. The reboot will save a lot of things that work. Like it's not going to reboot everything. It'll be like the DCU,
Yeah.
like how Peacemaker.
Well, my
did
understanding is how Secret Wars ends in the comics is like the
Crisis. It's like it's
yeah, well the it's not a reboot, but it's just like it's the merge, but it's not just the merge of present time, it's the merge of history as well. So it's like
yeah
yeah, the Fantastic Four are in the main MCU and they always have been. And the X-Men
yeah.
are in the main MCU and they always have been.
Yeah.
Which is
Netflix
okay.
does not rate No Way Home 4 stars on Letterboxd. There's no shot. Really? Let me check. I must then I have to change it if that's the case. No, I rated it. Hold on. 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. That's actually way too high. I'm bumping it down to 2.
Do they invite every land member to Fan Media Days or only ones make videos in English? How's that work? So the way it used to work is there was 2 tiers of LAN, Tier 1 and Tier 2, and Tier 2 guaranteed you an invite. Tier 1, they would invite specific people if you were interested. The way it works now is I think they kind of just pick the people they think fit the Fan Media Days the best. So, for example, I think the reason I keep being invited back is because I am the Ninjago guy, especially now that Duckbricks is not in LAN. I am the Ninjago guy, so when the Ninjago team has stuff to show, I am the one who's going to put out the most knowledgeable piece of content about it, because you know the other people might from what I've heard from designers and whatnot, they are relieved when me and Chris walk into the room and they get to actually talk to fans and not to someone who is just there because it's one of the sessions. So and I think they want to, the goal of Fan Media Days is to get content out to the most people possible, right? So if you're not someone who makes content that like there's people who have come to Fan Media Days and then not made any videos about it and then we're not invited back. But yeah, it's sort of the black box. It's very much the same as like getting accepted into LAN. There's no follower count or certain like specifications. It's just like if they feel you're right for it, they invite you. And I am fortunate enough to have been on the list for the past couple of years, and fingers crossed it remains that way because it's a very cool opportunity.
I had to force my way in or like negotiate my way in every month. Which is very
Well, again,
fun.
it was intended for tier 2, like
Yeah.
guaranteed. So you were not tier 2 yet. Like you got to Fan Media Days very quick.
I
Now,
never was tier 2. I never made tier 2.
well,
I never
tier 2 is
tier 2.
yeah.
But I tier 2 stopped being a thing like like a couple of years ago. Like it stopped mattering.
Yes. Also, like with the way I see it now is they're by the people who are going to post the most. So it's a lot of like TikTokers who are social media focused people who are getting a large number of eyes on their page. So, and as Duckbricks, the guy who won their TV show, I think you would be a shoe-in for any future fan media days with the new rules. But
if I was still in
if you were still in lane, correct?
Well, because the funny thing is, like, what I had to do is like when I won Lego Masters, it was a whole secret, and then they said, "Oh, we'll fly you out to Denmark," and it was literally like the week after Fan Media Days, and they were going to fly me in a little earlier, so I would have been there already. So I went to land. I'm like, "Hey, I don't think I'm allowed to even talk to you guys about this, but Lego, for another reason, is flying me out." And it'll be kind of odd if I'm out here in Denmark, but not allowed to go to Fan Media Days. So can you please let me in? And they made an exception that year in 2023. Yes, it will take a secret.
2024, right? Oh no, that was 3. That was 3. You're right.
That was 23 because we were seeing 24, and then that was also when we were allowed to bring a camera person. So that's why, like my Lego Masters teammate at the time, I brought with me because he was already there, but also he was my camera guy. But then they changed the rules so you weren't allowed to bring a camera guy. But that was like after everyone already made all their travel plans. So I got a buddy of mine to say, "Hey, Duckbricks is my camera guy this year." Like he already made his plans. I don't think you knew this, but yeah, we were worried I wasn't going to be invited. So they were like, "Look, you don't invite Duckbricks. He already made his travel plans to come anyway because he was going to be my camera guy. So can you please let him in?" So I had a buddy of mine. I won't say who it was, but I had a good buddy of mine advocate for me, and that's the only reason why I got into 25, and then or 24, and then in 25 was the first time I was like actually really invited. and then I left.
So the whole camera person thing is funny because the first year I asked many people, but like none of my friends were like none of my friends could just drop like 1,000 on a trip to Denmark all of a sudden. So my mom ended up coming with me as my camera person the first year. And then yes, and then Matthew, who you guys all know, had heard about Fan Media Days, and he couldn't make it because Matthew was my first pick, right, for my person, but he could not afford it, which is reasonable. I said no myself the first couple.
When I met you?
Yes.
I didn't meet her. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, my mom hung out on Lego campus and talked to all the designers.
That was when I met you as well.
Yeah.
You were driving around. You were like in the car with us a ton, and she wasn't.
No, you're thinking of the second year. I think the second year. I actually no, I didn't go in the car at all the first year.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of the second year then.
Yeah, you are.
I don't remember. Man, I don't remember this.
You and I only really hung out at like lunch, and then when Tommy Andreas had showed up at breakfast, we hung out. But like, and in the Ninjago panel, but we didn't spend much time outside of the actual event.
How did we were the only two people that cared about Ninjago? Why were we not friends then? Like that's well.
So I don't know how. I think I've told the story, but the situation around Ninjago that year was crazy too.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
So I think I've told the story, but Ninjago was not supposed to be shown off that year. Like we had the whole schedule, Ninjago was not on it. We really wanted to see it, so I think you were messaging one of the designers, and this is the year we met Lee, so it was before we even knew.
I remember which one it was. I don't want to name it, but
yeah, I'm clarifying though it was not Lee because he was like that was the year we met him. Was that footage? I guess the footage was never posted for me, but the footage is on Duckworth show. That was our first time meeting Lee. He was I think a year or two into the team, but that was our first time talking to him. But yeah, you were in contact with the Ninjago designer, and you were like, "Hey, we would love like." Well, it was like I think you were talking to the land people, and then you had also been talking to a Ninjago designer, be like, "Hey, we really want to see the sets." And then Ninjago team was like, "Yeah, we have stuff ready to show you, but Lego does it's just not on the schedule." And Land was like, Land told us like. You will see them, but it won't be today. And listen, I was just happy to be there. I was excited to see that stuff. Like it would be great to see Ninjago, but it's a shame that we can't. But then there was the Kingfisher set, which is an Icons bird that came out 2 years ago. I don't know if anyone remembers that set. But the Kingfisher set was one of the interviews, not Ninjago. The Kingfisher.
I have not thought about this in years, but yes, please keep going because I have things to add to this story.
Yeah, so the Kingfisher set was there, and the designer who was presenting the Kingfisher set, I don't know if he got sick or he got called to something else, but he could not do the interviews.
I
Meanwhile,
think
because we had been talking to the Ninjago team, they had prepared a full presentation that Land said, no, you can't show it. It's just not on the schedule. So,
and
because
people
the
were
King...
asking why Ninjago wasn't on it. I think the reasoning is because literally nobody at Fan Media Days cared about Ninjago other than me and mine. Like I think that
And because this was our first year there, I don't think they... Because every year since then, because I think our content did really well, so then it's been back every other year. But
yeah.
I think before then they didn't see it as necessarily what they wanted to market that year.
Right.
So the Kingfisher guy pulls out, and the Land people go, okay, all these people have an interview slot they can't make anymore. We need to put another presentation together. Oh, the Ninjago team put together a presentation. Let's just have Ninjago come in and replace the Kingfisher. And Chris and I were like, awesome, we get to do Ninjago. And then the Land people say, but you can only do this interview if you had the Kingfisher interview, which neither of us had. We didn't sign up for that one because you don't get every interview. You have to pick like 4 to sign up for. Neither of us were signed up for the Kingfisher, so we're like, oh no.
Kingfisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will also add, now that I'm out of LAN, I can tell the story because I remember like I was really, really angry about it. Because I was talking to the guys and I was like, hey, look, I have somebody here who's willing to trade interviews with me. They had the Kingfisher. They're going to let me have Ninjago. Can I please swap interviews with them so I can interview the Ninjago team? And then the person who was running LAN at the time, the person like who was kind of organizing LAN was like, no, that's against policy. You can't do that. He was like, just remember how happy you were a few minutes ago when you saw like the other sets. Like, just hold on to that happiness. Don't be upset. And I was like, man, you cannot tell me that other people are going to get to see the Ninjago sets and not me, and then go like, dude, just be chill. It's okay, man. Just be happy that you saw other stuff. And I remember I was so angry. I was so pissed off.
But Fan Media Days has this rule that you can bring other people into your... Because you have empty spots in your schedule. Because you have 4 interviews, but they're like all-day events. So you have downtime. And there's this rule that you can go into another Fan Media's interview if they invite you. So then Chris and I are running around, like, during this, like, 15 minutes we have in the morning, talking to everyone, did you have the Kingfisher? What time? And, like, everyone, they would have it, they'd be like, oh, yeah, you can join me. And then it overlapped with one of my interviews, and they said you cannot...
You're not allowed
like
to leave one of
you
your
cannot
interviews.
drop one of your existing interviews, even though I would have. I would have, like, anything else shown that day, I would have dropped for Ninjago, but we weren't allowed to do that. And then the absolute legends, David from Solid Brick Studios.
W Solid Brick.
Of course, if you guys know Solid Bricks, he is a Star Wars guy, and that's kind of it. He comes up to us and goes, hey, I have Kingfisher at this time. Are either of you free? I know nothing about Ninjago, and I don't really care about it. And it worked for both of our schedules. So I don't know if it's in your footage, but you may notice David in the corner of the room for this, because he may have jumped in and said 1 or 2 things, but he's not interested in Ninjago. He didn't have much to say about it, but he saved us. He got us in. We were able to... We met Lee. We met Neek. It was a really great conversation. Unfortunately, not much of it made online because we had to put Sensei Wu's Spirit Smoke everywhere. But it all worked out at the end, and I do appreciate that Land let us do that at the very least. Get in there with David, and like he's like... I was not upset that we weren't seeing Ninjago like I would have liked to, but I would have been very upset if other people saw Ninjago and I did not. So I'm glad it worked out.
That was going to be the case. That was going to be the case. Like, it was going to be like solid.
But like, if the Kingfisher guy hadn't pulled out, if Ninjago was just never showed, I would have been a little bummed, but it would have been like, it is what it is. But
that was my mentality as well. I was only upset because someone else was going to see Ninjago and it wasn't me. And I flew out there on my own dime to see early Lego sets. And they were willing to swap with me, and they were like, "You're not allowed to do that." And I was like, "Come on, guys! Like, just let me."
For what it's worth, I think there was a lot of policy that changed after that year, and I think things are much better with Fan Media Days. Incident like that did not happen again. And for what it's worth, that makes for a very funny story. And that's why I will always respect Solid Brick Studios for that one. He
was a real one that day. He was a real one.
Yes. Do we have any other quick questions? Because we are on 2 hours and 43 minutes. I have between this and my Smart Brick video, I have 4 hours of footage going up today. If you had to pitch a Smart Bricks Lego set for Ninjago, it has to be $90. Include 3 Smart minifigures. What would you choose? Probably an X1 Ninja Charger with Cryptor, Kai, and the Master of Shadow, Dusk. It would probably be around 600 something pieces, and yeah. That thing is priced like a smart. If you threw a smart brick and smart tags in that set, I would still say it's overpriced.
I think my serious answer to that would actually be Destiny's Bounty. And I think it would be put the smart brick in, and then if you have it slide on the ground, then it's like in the water and it makes water noises, and you lift it up and you pull the lever. No, what you do is you pull the lever and it has the color trigger for the smart brick, so it knows it's in flight mode, so the wings do the
We're
thing.
giving them ideas.
I know we're giving but that's the only one that would make sense, right? Then you do
my favorite of the, because I like the Pokemon sets, but Star Wars ones I'm not a fan of. The only one I like is the battle arena, the throne room. I think that gameplay is kind of fun. I would say some sort of battle arena, similar to like the $60 one from Tournament Sources, that like identify. It's not great, but like.
But then all your Elemental Master minifigs would be smart minifigs. I don't think.
Yes. No, but not element. Just make it like Kai. Like make it 3 of the ninja and like have some type effectiveness system similar to Pokemon. I don't know. It wouldn't be great, but like that would be, because what you explained, that's something, but that's just lights and sounds. That's not interaction. This is like, if you want the enhancing gameplay that they describe with the smart minifigures, something like the Star Wars Battle Arena I think would be okay, but I don't want it to happen. That's my point. I don't want it to happen. I actually, and we were joking about before, ultrasonic radar that like reacts to the parts connecting, not the worst idea. Like that makes different sounds based on like what parts connected to it. It can detect how complete the build is. Not the worst idea. But also, I just don't think Smart Brick works in Ninjago.
No, I don't think it makes any. I cannot believe it. I won't believe it till I see it. I hope the rumor's fake. Please.
I believe it. I fully believe it. I just don't want it.
Please. I'm literally on copium right now. I don't believe it's real until it actually happens. I don't want Smart Ninjago, man. Please.
Are land members allowed to make things for ideas? Yes. Ash Flash has had like 5 projects. He made Shrek, and then they rejected it twice, and then they're making Shrek anyway. So, Bricks my mind. Are you going to upload a video where you cover every minifigure of the subway for Ninjago? I meant to do that before August 1st. I forgot about that. It's out past August 1st.
You can watch Duck Bricks. Duck Bricks already made that video.
Well, part of the reason why I didn't rush to make it is because there's so few new minifigures in the summer, because, like, this year was so front-loaded with Legacy and the Old Town and everything. Like, we don't even have new ninja suits this summer. It'd just be, like, the Legends figures, Dusk, Cryptor, Zilvar? Is that it?
Ice Monster, Fire Monster.
Ice Monster, Fire Monster. Oh, Acid Monster with legs, Wildfire.
Yeah. Not a lot.
And Beatrix.
Kind of bad that we can list them out. Like,
so that's part of why I did it, is I was like, if people care about those minifigures, you could watch them in the reviews. Or you can watch them on the Duck Bricks channel. Just make sure you unsubscribe while you're there.
You can watch them on the Duck Bricks channel with the worst possible lighting ever, because I was in my like very dimly lit hotel room in like the middle of like Australia when I filmed that. It was like
I would be okay with this Smart Brick Ninja Mech Dragon that like has a smart pixel that you can like eat, and like she can't speak. Like that's the one smart figure that doesn't speak.
She's that's the only smart figure that doesn't speak. That's crazy. I actually think, like, maybe hot take, if they're gonna do a Smart Brick set, high key Ninja and Mech Dragon. I'm just saying, Ninja and Mech Dragon, Smart Cryptor, at least like the robot sounds will make sense.
Yeah,
and it has a big block in the center.
Yeah,
I don't. I think like that. If that's like, I would like that. I mean, I wouldn't like it, but like, if you have to have a Smart Brick set, I think like that's the one you do, right? Like,
but they would. Silly question. This is a silly question, but do designers get harassed by fans for designing mid-overpriced sets? I wanted to point this out because I have seen some creators do that, where they will like post a designer's face and be like, it's this guy's fault for everything wrong with this theme. And I really hate that. I think that's like, it's great because we were talking about it earlier with the brick lists, but there is so much behind the scenes that happens with Lego that I don't understand, that you guys don't understand, and we get little nuggets of it, like with the write-up post that Lee does, like with the brick lists. But like, I truly don't think any I think very few Lego designers walk into the office going, I'm gonna put it together and let's make it $90, and I know it's not worth it, but who cares? Let's go. Like, I think, well, number one, all designers are very talented. They are trying their absolute best. They were hired for a reason. There's a lot of very talented people, but they're given these briefs where it's like, hey, you have to design the X1 Ninja Charger, which I don't think that one's overpriced, but it's actually a very good set, despite being.
I actually think it's a really good build. I think
yes.
it's overpriced. It doesn't need to exist, but I will always say that is actually a pretty good build.
Yes. So they're working with what they're given with. They're working with deadlines, and they're working with part limitations and budgets that we don't see at the end of the day. And the designers don't set the prices. It's corporate. It's someone higher up where they go, it's $90. Then they just go, okay. And sometimes that price increases. So that's why in my reviews you may notice I actually try not to say this was designed bad. I say here's how I would have done it differently. I don't know why this wasn't done. But I never, like, say, whoever designed this needs to get fired. Because, like, it's not the, I don't think most issues we have with LEGO sets, I don't think are the designer's faults. I think it is, they are doing the best with what they're given, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes that make things difficult. And, like, you can not like a designer's style, because, like, a lot of designers have specific styles, but I think a lot of a lot of these decisions don't come down to one person, and I think treating it as such is not fair, because these are real people, too. That's the other thing. They see all of these... I've talked to designers. They see all of the content. They scroll Reddit, they scroll YouTube, they scroll Instagram. They see everything that people say. So, trust me, if it was as simple as, like, if we're just mean enough to them, they'll make it better. I think things would be better.
I know there's at least a couple LEGO designers that might or might not be tuning into this podcast as well. So thank you if you are watching. We are very grateful for all the work.
Yes, and we we love what you guys do. Trust me, if I am mean about a set you designed, it is nothing personal. I do not blame you in the slightest. When I'm reviewing a set, I'm also not reviewing it as an art piece. I'm reviewing it as a product that LEGO is selling. Right, and it's like I'm reviewing it in the sense is, do I think it's worth other people spending their money on this set? Because even though the design, it's not like I treat a set very different than I treat someone else's mock. If someone shows me a mock and I'm not particularly fond of it, I'm not going to make a 40-minute review going, this is terrible, I don't like it. But I would do that with the set because that's being sold. But that's not that's so many checks have to go through to get to that point, and it's not one person, and that one person who is there is probably doing the absolute best that they can with the constraints they're given.
Yeah, the other thing I will say is that, like, I'm actually working on a video. I've been working on this video for, like, the past few months. It's actually a video I'm, like, really excited about. But I'm doing a video explaining the LEGO budget. Because I feel like there's a lot of, like, demystification that should happen. Because, like, a lot of people don't explain how the LEGO budget works. Or don't understand how the LEGO budget works. And one of the things that, like, designers are told a general price point of a set. And they have, like, frames that they can use to go against that price, where it's like every piece has a price. Everything has, like, a cost in frames. If they have a new print, it's more of a cost. If they have new mold, it's even more of a cost. Dual molded parts, even more of a cost, right? And it's like, sometimes LEGO designers will do that, and then something that happened this year is that LEGO sets, almost across the board, just got arbitrarily price increased. So that had, like, designers.
I think we know that this is the same that happened in 2022, but this time it was not announced, where sets just went up behind the scenes. And we know this because Target put out a bunch of the summer sets at their original prices. Like, for example, the X1 is on Target shelves for $80, which means that's what that was supposed to cost. Still overpriced, but a lot better than $90.
Yeah. I didn't know that was 80 on Target, actually. That's pretty crazy.
Yep. It's also €80, and euro and dollar tend to agree, so when it doesn't, it usually means something's up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
The X1 Ninja.
The X1 Ninja Charger, but yeah, and that's the other thing, is sometimes the sets leave a designer's hands, and they're told a certain price point, and then it hits shelves, and it's like, that's not the price I was told. And I mean, press kits have come out with like D2C's like $50 less than they end up, and I don't know how that happens. That's rough.
That happens like a lot. That happens all the time, which is really, really crazy, I think. Oh, we have one more super chat. Thank you, Calman Gaming.
They're just not loading. Okay, here it is. It just showed up for me. Thank you, Calman Gaming 2529. Lego should commit to the Chimax Ninjago crossover. I mean,
There's no
apparently we're getting...
Speedor. I think they're doing that next year.
Yeah, we're getting Raz's Speedor Polybag next year, apparently.
Tiger
So
Speedor.
Raz's Tiger Speedor.
I did hear the wikis are merging. The Ninjago wiki might be merging with the Chima wiki, which is very funny.
That's... I don't love that.
That's very funny.
That's very dumb, actually. I really don't like that.
Bro,
no, I actually think
Bro thinks he's Lord Roz right now. You don't like the merge, man?
No, I like it's just like half the pages being about a different show that's like barely It's like, is it even like the world of Chima is canon, yes, but like they just reused a scene. Like
it is canon.
I don't know.
Just like how the books are canon, even though you refuse to accept them as such. The Dark Island trilogy, where all of Nautocon's crew is now in Cryptarium prison. Including Clancy, Flintlock, and Dogshank, and they just didn't have any character development, and they're always in prison.
Clancy, that hurts, because he's just an innocent little boy. He doesn't even know what he was doing.
Well, he's in prison forever now.
Smart Techno Woo. Now that's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
Someone stole my Speedor. All right, we could probably wrap up. We just got Speedor. Can we get a couple hashtag Z's in the chat before we end things off?
Hashtag Z. We gotta end things with a hashtag Z.
If you don't know the context of that, watch last week's episode on the Duck Bricks channel.
Correct.
Hashtag Z.
Hashtag Z. Hashtag Z.
Hashtag Z.
It is
thanks
cool
for tuning in, guys.
A lot of the same commenters on like on like my channel versus your channel. I feel like there is a lot of overlap in the audience, which is really cool.
Yeah, I do think we should continue to aim for this earlier time because the difference in viewers is significant. Like, we hovered around one Speedor is not enough. Thank you again, Calman Gaming 252. Oh, we didn't do a soundbite for that.
Where's my Speedor?
Where's my Speedor? I need my Speedor.
Hit that hole with everything you've got.
Nap time's over. Yeah, I think we should continue aiming for the earlier time if we can. I know doing that consistently might be tough because
I usually have dinners around this time, but this week I didn't, so it was good. But like, I think aiming for this, like, I could probably block it off. I could.
Next week, probably Wednesday. So I will be on vacation, but I fully intend to do this remotely. I need to check with my family to make sure we don't have any plans Wednesday evening, but probably Wednesday. It may be Tuesday, it may be Thursday, but I will keep Duckbricks updated, and then he will keep you updated because it will be scheduled in his channel.
Yes. The sooner you know, the better. I am making my dinner plans for next week, like right now. So
okay, unfortunately, I think my we can
whatever.
if we say what we can plan for Wednesday right now, and I don't think my family has made any plans at this moment. I will just tell them I can't do Wednesday night for anything.
Well, I'll block Wednesday and Tuesday for now while I can, but then if something comes up, then I will book it for Tuesday.
Use code Bricks by Mind in the Fortnite item shop or something. Yes, true. I've not played Fortnite in like 2 months. I need to get back into it. This is the first battle pass in like 3 years I've not completed, which is very sad. This is what happens when they remove the V-Bucks in the battle pass.
I only played Fortnite like ever with you on stream. That was on your channel, right? We were
dude, I love Fortnite, like legitimately. I love Fortnite so much, but I've been too busy to play Fortnite recently. So
yeah, things have been pretty monstrous.
Well, things as much as it work, and like I said, same thing with the building challenge videos. I've been traveling so much that like when I'm home, it's like a mad rush to film content, make sure I'm caught up on work, and everything else, and then I leave again. And now I'm leaving again on Wednesday. I know my life is so hard. I have to travel all the time. That's such a hard life to have.
Oh, Florida. You told me.
Florida, yeah, Florida for a family vacation. So that's gonna be fun.
I need to explain to you some updates about our filming. I'll do that tomorrow. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all...
Okay. I'm scared.
I will,
okay.
I will be locked in. I will be locked in other than the weekend. That was what was decided today.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I will be in Seattle playing. Guys, if anyone knows a place in Seattle where it's good to play Pokemon Go, let me know, because I guess that's what I'll be doing. Oh, battery exhausted. That's the end of stream.
Although also, you may also be filming B-roll, depending on how much we filmed.
My guy.
Duck, duck,
Duck Bricks.
duck.
All right.
Subscribe
Thanks
to
for
Duck
watching, everyone. No,
Subscribe to
after what he just described, subscribe to Bricks by Mind.
Subscribe to Duck Bricks. Subscribe to Duck Bricks. Subscribe to Duck Bricks. Subscribe to Duck Bricks.
Subscribe Bricks by Mind. Bricks by Mind. Bricks by Mind. Fortnite item shop. Bricks by Mind. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.
Duck Bricks.